Bedford Ford Chrysler at the River in Bedford. Doctors Harmon, Petty & Co. next to IU Health in Paoli. Farm Bureau Insurance, solutions you need from a company you know in Paoli. Campbell's Quick Lube, Gospel Street, Paoli. Orange County REMC or Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Orange County Community Foundation for Good Forever for Orange County. Rolling Tire and Auto on the Boulevard in West Baden. Wolf Contracting just west of Paoli on North County Road 275 West. Super Burger, come experience the best dressed burger in town in Paoli. 33 Brick Street, good food and a legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick, and by Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company with offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. And now Springs Valley High School football. Let's take you to the field, to the voice of the Blackhawks, Q100's Mike Hamilton, colored by Kevin Mills.
From the Hawks Nest campus in French Lick, Indiana, this is Springs Valley High School football, where tonight the Blackhawks welcome in their county and conference rivals for the annual gridiron battle known as the Orange Bowl. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell for the 57th year, actually the 58th meeting between these two longtime rivals in a series that started back in 1962. The Valley got off to a pretty good lead. The Rams have been closing quickly over the years, and that has been helped by the fact that they have beaten Valley the last 5 times here on their own field. Not since 2006 have the Hawks tasted victory and been able to retain the traveling trophy for their showcase. Tonight, another tough test for Mark Hammond's squad. This Paoli team comes in with a record of 2-0 with blowout wins over Madison in Week 1, Corydon Central last week, while the Hawks still licking their wounds after losses to Eastern Green in Week 1 and then again to the Mitchell Blue Jackets last week. Although Kevin, Valley did play much better and got off to a better start, tied with Mitchell at 8, but then the Jackets kind of outmuscled the Hawks, thanks mainly to Brandon Brazel there in the second half to pull away to that win.
Yeah, Springs Valley did improve from their first outing. They were not very good against the powerful Thunderbirds of Eastern Green that first night out. They did improve a little bit against Mitchell. The game was kind of a game that was played inside a phone booth. Mitchell using predominantly power runs to run up the middle. Valley was strong against that for the most part early in the game, kind of wore down as the game continued. And then offensively, the Hawks continue to struggle to run the football, averaging less than 2 yards a carry for the year. Going to have to improve upon that tonight, because one of the keys to beating Paoli is to possess the football and keep the Rams' explosive offense off the field.
A veteran Ram bunch, as evidenced by the fact 20 seniors on this team. In fact, the first 3 opponents, Eastern Green had 15 and Mitchell had 9, but they only have 28 on their roster, so proportionately speaking, a third of their group are upperclassmen. So while Valley has 11 of their own, it still spells a lot of experience out on the field.
Yeah, these kids have a lot of experience in winning. Winning is contagious. It continues to manifest itself in the Paoli program as they've continued the strong winning tradition that they have had. Some of these kids have killed us for years. Ty Lawson, Austin Carmichael, Ian Strange, among others. They have been dominant forces in a lot of different sports against Springs Valley, but especially on the gridiron. We'll be glad when they graduate. We won't have to play them anymore, but they get one more night here under the Friday night lights at Death Valley. Hawks will have to step up and play the best game of their year by far to have a chance tonight against the number 12-ranked Rams.
Skies are a tad bit ominous. We're hoping the rain stays away. Last year at Cookfield, it did not. It was a slop fest won by the Rams 38-6, and as we know, based on Week 1, the Hawks do not play well in inclement weather. Tonight, it's the annual battle known as the Orange Bowl, as Springs Valley 0-2 gets set to take on the 12th-ranked Paoli Rams in 2A to keep, or to, for Valley's sake, bring back the Orange County Traveling Trophy. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Mark Hammond on the Springs Valley Football Report. He'll join us in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School Football.
Score big with the region's best internet deal for the best speed. Here's some great news. When you switch to Smithville for our nationally recognised internet service, you automatically get our best speed available. We don't sell speed tiers or data caps. So if you're tired of reading the fine print on internet speed, get Smithville's rock-solid internet platform. Go online today at switchtosmithville.com and get Smithville's best speed. That's switchtosmithville.com.
Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company personally extends an invitation to our customers, community, active service personnel, and veterans for Lunch on Us. Our Appreciation Cookout is Friday, September 21st from 11 to 1 at our Valley Banking Center. Register for a prize, receive a gift, and enjoy a scoop of Springs Valley Swirls ice cream. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. No purchase necessary, need not be present to win. A copy of the official terms and conditions are available upon request.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks play host to Paoli in the annual gridiron battle known as the Orange Bowl. Coach, as we go back to last week's game, home opener, first conference game as well, took on Mitchell. Started strong, unlike maybe like you did in week number one, but as the game progressed, it just seemed like Mitchell got a little bit stronger and they were kind of able to outmuscle you a little bit.
Yeah, I tell you, I think, like I said, we had a good week going up into Mitchell. I really felt like the kids were focused, and I think you saw that, in the first half. We had an opportunity there to score late in the first half, and looking back, that was probably the big turning point. So I think, again, if we go up at halftime, in at halftime up, then the second half's a little bit different. But like I said, you got to give the credit to Mitchell and Coach Bridget up there. They come out the second half, and I think they were fresh. They were ready to go. Not that we were not fresh, but with Brazel, a big back like that, and a talented back too. You just hate to label him a big back. He's got some speed and got some moves to him and a lot of quickness. So they were able to wear us down, and we weren't able to sustain drives like we did in the first half. So that really hurt our defense in the second half. And like I said, going back and watch film, there were several positives you take away. But overall, we just didn't get the job done, and that's been focused this week, of course.
And again, well documented, the drive that was 21 plays, took over 12 minutes, and you didn't get points out of it. Does that maybe sometimes come down to, and especially this early in the season with some new guys in positions, coming down to just a matter of confidence and just simply believing in themselves?
I don't think so. I think, bottom line, if you look, we had a 2nd and 2 at the 5, 6, whatever it was, and I think it was kind of a misread out of a back. I don't think it was confidence or, just anything else. I think, he thought he could bounce it out, and he should have just stayed inside and probably got the first down. He was looking for the touchdown. And then, of course, we had looking at 3rd and 4 then, which were still in good shape. And then we do have a penalty, and that's more probably early season stuff and getting anxious and stuff. So I think our confidence level is fine. I think 21 plays, 12 minutes shows that we weren't afraid or non-confident on what we could do. I just think it was a couple plays back to back that really reared its head at the wrong time, and that's what we talked about all week is not allowing that to define the game or that moment, and we got to come over that. So that's part of the problem that we have to come over and make sure that we get there. So like I said, I thought our kids wasn't really any of that. I just think it was just kind of a couple plays in the wrong time.
Coach, take us through this week as you prepare for arguably your biggest game of the season.
Yeah, I tell you, well, and the next game is always the big game, and that's what we talk about. And this one, puts a little more sauce on it when you see that purple and gold coming into town. So no doubt about that. And the traveling trophy makes it a little bit extra special as well. But the kids come in Monday, and we kind of challenged them right away. I didn't like our physicality overall against Mitchell as well, and we challenged them this week to become that and be more confident, as we talked about. That's still a young team in a lot of areas. So So when Paoli coming in, there's not a lot we need to say. I thought we had one of our better practices Tuesday. Kids come out fired up, ready to go, and Wednesday was a little jacked up just because we had pictures, but again, once we got on the field and got going, it was a really good practice. So I think the kids are fired up, ready to go, knowing that it is a big week, and we all know, everybody listening, that if you played football here, if you won or lost against Paoli, and usually what years and what the score was and all that stuff. So it is a big week, and hopefully going to be a fun night.
Proportionately speaking, these first three opponents have been very senior laden. Paoli certainly no exception. I think they have 19 seniors on the team, which translates into a very veteran bunch.
Yeah, I tell you, that's the thing. We've seen that with every team, as you mentioned, Eastern Green, Mitchell, and Paoli now. They got a lot of seniors, and that's the thing. Like with what Paoli's doing, is they got some speed out there, and they're very fluid with what they're doing. They know it because they've played it, and they're very confident in what they do. So we know that, but that's just excuses. We got 11 seniors ourselves that come out there and work hard, and it's a great group to be around. So I think they've been playing against these guys since third grade. So they're 11 on the field at a time. So we'll match up and see what we can do.
I was going to say, with 11 guys on the field, it's hard to pinpoint one guy, but you'd almost have to say that Ty Lawson's kind of the head of the dragon.
Oh yeah, I mean he definitely is shown over the years. One of the better athletes that Paoli has right now, and he runs the offense very smoothly. He makes the plays when he needs to. Made him last year as well several times, and he's definitely somebody that you have to focus on. But again, you can't get too focused on him, or next thing you know, the Carmichael or Stranger or Burton or whatever, they're off and running as well. So again, he's definitely one of the focal points, but not just the only focal point. But he definitely has the offense running very smoothly.
All right, Coach, as we close things out, I don't know how much the kids get caught up into history, but obviously they want to go out beating their rivals in their final year, and indeed they were kindergartners the last time a Valley team beat Paoli at home, so I'm sure they'd like to change that a little bit.
Yeah, I think, of course, you don't know that. You're the stat guy that knows all that, but yeah, I think they definitely want to protect the home field, and hopefully we can do that tonight.
Coach, thanks for joining us. Go out and get them.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mike.
And this has been the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks take on Paoli. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
For the Orange County Community Foundation, this is Imogene Dedrick, Executive Director, thanking each of you who make it possible for the foundation to give over $287,000 this year for charitable purposes. Most of those funds went to designated funds and scholarships, which enrich our county through higher education. Thank you for your help in making the grants possible as we work together to increase opportunities in the future. To help others, call us at 723-4150 or visit us at orangecountycommunityfoundation.org. For good forever for Orange County.
For Valley Marathon, this is Eric Elkins, manager, inviting you to try our new Cadillac coffee with 9 creamer flavors and a dozen flavor shots. It's not expensive, just $1 for a 12-ounce cup of delicious coffee. Sign up for a Jones Reward card and for gas discounts at Valley Marathon, 936-9999.
A salute to the Blackhawks from Tony Robbins and the construction crew at TRC Construction in French Lick for concrete work, land clearing, and site work, driveways, foundations, patios, and sidewalks. Call TRC Construction 653-7007.
Joined now by the head coach of the Paoli Rams, Jeremy Lowry, now in his second year as the head coach. And Jeremy, first of all, we appreciate you joining us before the ball game. Before we get into what's transpired so far this year, I'm curious to note now that you are in your second full season, based on where you started this year as opposed to last year when it was your first year, do you feel like the kids are ahead of the curve?
Well, you know, our kids are excited. Our coaching staff's excited. Our school's excited. We think we've got a nice football team, and they've prepared well all summer long. They've done what they've needed to do. They have nice attention to detail. They play with just extreme energy and excitement. They're fun to watch, and you know, we just try not to get ahead of ourselves, just one game at a time, and go take care of business and prepare well and try to put everything together. And, you know, we feel like we got a nice game plan every week, and they go out and they execute the plan.
Started the season with wins over Madison and Corydon. What has impressed you the most to this point as far as what they've been able to do out on the field?
You know, a couple things. One, their preparation's been well, you know, like I said earlier. And two, the energy and excitement they play with. I don't think people realize how hard our kids play. They come out and they play very hard. And then the other thing is how we've been able to take care of the football on offense and how we've been able to take it away on defense.
They always say good teams don't rebuild, they simply reload. Where do you fall in terms of that?
You know, just try not to get ahead of ourselves. You know, that's our deal. We just want to go out and play a good football game every week. We want to prepare well every week and just try to build on it. You know, it's a long season. You know, we're not interested in peaking week 2 or being at our best week 3 or week 4. You know, we want to build on this thing as it goes along. We want to be good those weeks, but we want to be playing our best football at the end of the year.
Give us your impressions as you get ready for Springs Valley tonight.
You know, Valley, a really good football team. They've played 2 really good teams, week 1 and week 2, and the most impressive thing about them is their size up front. They've got some really nice, good-looking interior players on both the O-line and the D-line. They've got some skilled players set behind them that I think they're still trying to find their identity a little bit with them, but no doubt they've got some nice athletes that can get out and run. And they're a scary team because, you know, when you go out and you play Eastern Green and you play Mitchell the first 2 weeks, I think it's real easy for people to look at their record and say they're 0-2. I think they're a much better football team than that.
What do you feel the keys will be then for your ball club?
You know, we every week it really doesn't change for us. We feel like it's about us. We try not to get too much into the opponent. We want to go out. We want to take care of the football. You know, most important thing at the end of every offensive play is that we still have the ball. And then defensively, we want to take the ball away. We want to get bodies to the ball. We want to take great pursuit angles. We want to pepper the heck out of their ball carriers. And we think the more guys we get to the ball, the better chance we have of creating turnovers. And that's what we've been able to do. And that's the stat that we look at the most, other than the final score, is that turnover ratio. We feel like if we could come out ahead on that, then we've got a really nice chance of winning the game.
All right, coaches, a final thought. Coaching staff prepares them physically. Do you feel like they're on their own in terms of getting themselves ready mentally and emotionally?
Well, you know, it's a special group. We got 19 seniors. We've got some kids that have played a lot of football. You like to think that they know how to get themselves mentally and emotionally ready for the game. Now, you know, we're going to give them pointers during the week, and we're going to try to get them fired up and ready to play. But this group, they love to play, and I think it shows in the way they play.
All right. Coach, we appreciate you joining us before the ball game. Congratulations on the start to the season and keeping this Paoli football program strong. We wish you the best not only tonight but on through the rest of the season as well.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And that is Jeremy Lowry, the head coach of the Paoli Rams, joining us prior to tonight's game as the Hawks take on the Rams in the annual Orange Bowl. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see. But are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today. Or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
The weather may be unpredictable, but a meal at the Superburger is always the perfect forecast. You know the Superburger for all their delicious locally raised grass-fed beef burgers. But did you know the Superburger has an ultimate grilled cheese and homemade tomato soup for those cold and rainy days, along with delicious bread bowls filled with chili, cheesy potato, veggie beef, cheddar broccoli, or chicken noodle. For dessert, try their warm homemade cobblers with a scoop of ice cream. The Superburger is open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 8, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9. Come experience the best-dressed burger in town. Phone ahead, 723-4445.
As parents of a child who was actively involved in school athletics and extracurricular activities, Brian and Annette Hawkins of Wolf Contracting know the sacrifices parents make in attending games and getting them to and from practice, and salute these parents for their extraordinary commitment. As citizens who care about our environment, the Hawkins hope you'll join them in their recycling efforts to make Orange County a safe and enjoyable place to live. Proud to call Orange County home. Wolf Contracting, just west of Paoli.
Ladies and gentlemen, and before we get underway with the 58th Orange Bowl here at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
Your home of IU and high school sports in the Valley. WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell here at Springs Valley High School amidst raucous crowds on both sides, purple and gold across the way, black and white here on the home side as they prepare their respective teams on to what they hope will be an Orange Bowl victory. Kevin, a quick look at the keys to the ball game tonight.
Well, I think takeaways are going to be important on both sides. Springs Valley is going to have a tough time lining up man-to-man, hat-on-a-hat, and stopping Paoli's explosive offense. To counteract that, they need to take the ball away from the Rams, get a couple of turnovers, fumble wide, maybe get an interception of a batted ball, something like that, and win the turnover battle, and then obviously they can't turn it over themselves. I think we got to possess the football and have long drives, try to stay on schedule, try to stay on the field, and take the ball away from Paoli's powerful offense, kind of shorten the game a bit. I think who's going to win the battles inside? There's a couple big names, Colton Reynolds and Nick Jones for us, 280-pound guys. They've got to win the battles against Paoli's big beef inside, led by J.D. Bevers, 275, and Nick Patchett, 270, among others. And then with that, our defense is going to set the edge against Paoli. They can't let them get around the end and bust big plays along the outside. We've got to figure out a way to set the edge, force Paoli's running game back inside. There are big kids, and then you got to get off blocks and make tackles and get Paoli off the field. If we can do that, we can keep the game close, get it to the fourth quarter, and maybe have a chance to win. If we can't do those things, Mike, we turn it over, we can't get them off the field, we give up big plays, it could be a long night for the Hawks.
All right, we have seen a couple of streaks of lightning off to our north, and either the officials have chosen to ignore that or we will play through it. At any rate, the captains are meeting at midfield. Paoli has won the toss. They have elected to receive, so the Hawks will kick off first and defend the north goal. And I know I wasn't seeing anything off there, but again, it is rather distant. But again, according to IHSA rules, any streak of lightning, and there was another one right there, that you must wait a minimum of 30 minutes before resuming play.
I'm assuming somebody down there...
They may be doing that anyway here. Dave Snyder's crew is assigned to the game. He's the referee. Evan Snyder is the umpire. Johnny Greenwood, the head linesman. The line judge is Trey Miller, and the back judge is Randy Neighbors.
I think they finally saw it. They're going to consult here with the administration, it looks like.
Yeah, Principal Kyle Nykum is coming out along with Assistant Principal Daniel Wolford, so they will discuss the situation here. And again, player safety is of primary concern. Yes, you want to get the game in, but at the same time, not at the risk of injury to players or, in this particular case, fans, which are sitting in metal bleachers.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to be sitting there with lightning flashing everywhere. Their umbrellas are out across the way. Paoli has some fans along the top row with their umbrellas out. Most of their crowd, though, is content to live with the raindrops. There's some sprinkling going on right now. Not much in terms of precipitation, but there is a little bit in the area. I saw some lightning driving in here as well, so I know it's in the area. I assume with this days of technology that people have weather apps on their phone. They're checking the storms, where they're at, where they're going, and I'm sure the administration perhaps is talking about that right now with the officiating crew. But at the moment, we're at a slight delay here as the officials figure out what exactly is happening here with the weather.
The powwow continues as well. And I believe that is principal for Paoli, Chad Johnson, that is coming over and getting into the confab here as they continue to discuss things. I can wait all night. I'd rather play it tonight, no matter what time it ends, than to have to try to come back tomorrow, even though Paoli's just 10 miles down the road.
That's true. I can say that both teams would rather play tonight. You don't want to play in that midday heat. You don't want to particularly play at night tomorrow either. It's always tough to get officials on short notice like that as well. It may even be delayed till Monday if they opt to do that. So a lot of complications. We'll see what both teams have decided. No way for the officials to notify us up here in the booth as we're high above the crowd here at Springs Valley. They're spreading out in the field, though.
Yeah, they're bringing the teams out, so it looks like we will be starting.
All right, hey, under the Friday Night Lights. I'm back on the air with you, Mike. It's been a few months.
Yes, it has. Good to have you back.
Back since June, I think, last time I was on the air.
For baseball, right?
Should be a lot of fun here to watch the Orange Bowl. Big crowd here tonight, biggest crowd of the year typically in this ball game. And let's get ready to roll here. Rams and Hawks. Valley with a chance to kick off first and hopefully pin Paoli back. Special teams, I didn't mention in the opening, but that's a big key too. Paoli has a speed advantage in their special teams. Valley's got to be careful in the kick game not to give up cheap points.
All right, here we go. It'll be Colton Reynolds getting set to kick off for Valley. Back deep for Paoli are Christian Mudd and Tavin Tharp, and we just had another streak of lightning, and I think Dave Snyder is motioning for everybody to head to the sidelines, and we are going to have an official delay to the start of this football game.
I'm not sure what changed particularly other than that one last lightning bolt, because that happened 5 minutes ago and everybody watched it, so I don't know what they expected. But
he was facing north, which is where the lightning is coming from. Now, it was funny. 10 minutes ago, we were trying to measure the wind. It was coming out of the south, and now as we look at the American flag down on the north end, we see it is actually switched a bit and is coming out of the west and blowing crossfield west to east. So they are sending the teams back to the locker room, and they will probably advise the fans to get away from the metal bleachers as well. And again, it will be a minimum 30-minute delay from any sort of lightning strike. So that means, as of now, we will probably be looking at least a 7:35 to 7:40 resumption of play. And I say resumption, actually start of play, because they were lined up for the kickoff, but we did not get that. So we will see what transpires.
So rain delay theater here, something we normally talk about in baseball, but tonight we'll have a little bit.
It's not really a rain delay, it's just a weather delay. Yes.
Always wanted to be picky for the exact term you want me to use.
Tell you what, we will send it back to the station for a quick break and come back with more. We'll have perhaps a little bit more of an update here. Again, we're at Springs Valley High School in French Lick, the 58th annual Orange Bowl, in a current weather delay for a minimum of 30 minutes. Another streak of lightning off to our north. Again, it's probably very distant, but again, player safety is of utmost priority. So regardless of where it is, they will suspend play. So we'll take a quick break and be back with more in just a moment. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
watching the sunrise, looking out at a majestic mountaintop, following a pristine stream in a forest. Nature has so many beautiful things to offer. Don't miss them because your eyesight is not what it should be. Get your peepers checked now at Drs. Harmon, Petty & Co., optometrist in Paoli. They offer thorough exams to not only make sure you're seeing clearly, but to check for other eye problems like macular degeneration, glaucoma, and cataracts. They don't take chances with your eyesight. Neither should you. Schedule an appointment now. Drs. Harmon, Petty & Co., next to IU Health in Paoli. Call 723-4752.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Campbell's Quick Lube in Paoli does oil changes and a whole lot more, like tires from some of the best names in the business, including Cooper, Michelin, Bridgestone, General, Goodyear, Uniroyal, Kelly, Kumho, and BF Goodrich. Campbell's will also mount and balance your tires with precision care to give you peace of mind on the road. If your vehicle seems a little out of kilter, have it tested on the alignment rack. And if it needs service, Campbell's will take care of it quickly and at very competitive prices. Can't get your car in to have it worked on? No problem. The folks at Campbell's provide free limited pickup service. Your automobile's best friend is Campbell's Quick Lube on Gospel Street in Paoli.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Their number 936-2962. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Back again at the Hawk's Nest here in French Lick, where we are currently under a weather delay right before kickoff, and actually a few minutes before we saw some streaks of lightning to our north, and finally after the last one right before Colton Reynolds was getting ready to kick off, there was another streak, and the official said enough is enough, and so they have sent the teams back to their respective locker rooms for what will be a minimum 30-minute delay. So if there are no more streaks of lightning henceforth, then we will be looking somewhere around a 7:40 or so start to this football
36
game.
Is the official start time. They say they marked it at 7:06. We just got the word from the crack staff here at Springs Valley High School. So
boy, they are on the ball.
They are right on top of it. 7:36, barring any other streaks of lightning in the air. They'll notify the fans of that at some point if they haven't already, and we'll have a few minutes here to enjoy the pregame festivities and the food here.
That gives you
20 sponsor, Chicago's Pizza.
That gives you 25 minutes to go through some of your favorite stories that you can.
I'm not sure anyone really wants to hear some of those stories, so we'll probably just partake ourselves in some pregame food and save our voices for what's I think going to be potentially a really exciting ball game. High-powered offense here for Paoli. Springs Valley looking to get back on track, a game the kids have looked forward to for, really since the off-season. This is the game they're excited about. Fans are excited about it. I talked to some Springs Valley fans last night at an event I was having, and they're pumped up about the game, and they're down there in the crowd somewhere. Maybe I'll go down and try to meet some of my friends that are down there that I talked to last night that were fired up and ready to be here. Should be a lot of fun once we get started. Looking forward to seeing how the game turns out.
All right, again, we're some 20 to 25 minutes from the start of this football game, assuming we have no more lightning strikes.
I will say
there was just another one right there. So again, for every time that happens, that resets it to 30 minutes, depending on whether or not the officials see that or not. So if they don't, then we stay with where we are.
I will say this. You and I did a broadcast of a baseball sectional game, I remember, where we had about a 3.5-hour rain delay. We couldn't play the next day for some reason. I forget what it was.
A Sunday.
It was a Sunday. So in the effort to get the sectional in, you and I sat underneath the concession stand, I think, at the baseball field, about 100 yards or so from where we're sitting now.
Right.
And I went off the air sometime around, I don't know, 12:45 or something like that.
Yeah.
So let's hope that you and I are not seeing midnight here in the press box at Springs Valley, but at the pace we're on, you never know.
Do you turn into a pumpkin? Or?
Oh no, but I tell you what, I'm getting old, man. These big late nights. I was out a little bit too late last night and taught school all day today. And I tell you what, the recovery is the problem. It's not so much that the can't hang with the big dogs anymore, but man, the recovery the next day. So I don't know if I can pull 2 nights in a row of this or not. You might be doing the second half by yourself with the way this is going.
That's funny. That's what I tell people. I can do things like I did when I was 25, but the recovery time, way longer.
I understand totally.
Yeah. And I'm just, well, we won't worry about age or anything like that. Just getting there, I guess.
I understand. Hey, I'm 44. I admit it. The younger days of the party days are long since over.
To be 44 again.
Yeah.
Daggone.
Gotta hand it to the crowd, though. They're not afraid of any lightning. You look at everybody. No one's moved.
No.
Everybody's just sitting here and
trying to be as patient as they can.
So no one's afraid of any lightning. Nobody's scattered.
Right.
And it's a big crowd. You know, these are just not just games. They're community events.
You
and
bet.
these are 2 schools who have a healthy respect for each other. I don't consider it to be like a heated, hated rivalry, really. I think it's just 2 communities close by that really respect each other's programs, respect each other's kids. In many cases, you know, these kids and these families and these fans go to church together. They work together. They, in some cases, their families are intermixed. We know quite a few of those. Sometimes a Paoli graduate might end up living in French Lick and vice versa. So loyalties can be somewhat transferred back and forth a little bit. And that makes it a lot of fun for the kids and everything else. It's not a hated rivalry by any stretch, but it's a healthy respect and just a really fun atmosphere and fun game. Big crowd, as we've mentioned here tonight. A lot of people standing along the track down the stairs, heading to get some food. There's a couple of tables there. They're doing collecting coats for some of the poor children in Orange County. That's a great cause that's going on just beyond the end zone there, the south end zone. So happy about that. And happy to be here. Just going to have to wait out the lightning.
You know, the IHSA over the last few years has been really focusing on sportsmanship. And to me, what that basically means is between the lines, you want to beat the heck out of your opponent. But after the game is over, you shake hands, become friends, and you go on from there. And I think we're seeing a lot of that here. Obviously, each of these teams want to beat the other for bragging rights, but I also know that a lot of Valley people are friends with Paoli and vice versa, and that's exactly the way it should be. And when they're not playing each other, then you root for that particular team when they're playing.
Yeah, and other sports, we certainly have done our share of Paoli tournament games, and we'll pick them up again this year if the opportunity presents itself, just like they would for us if that opportunity happens in our case. Right now, though, it doesn't matter who we're playing particularly. We just need to have a good night. We need to play well. We need to improve, get better, gain some confidence, gain some momentum. And no better team to do it against than Paoli, who, you know, the last of a massive, tough schedule to start Valley season. You know, it used to be a few years ago, Eastern Green was a nice little cupcake, you might say, to start the year off with. Get a nice, easy win under your belt when their program was just starting. They are now a Southern Indiana powerhouse. Playing them that opening night sometimes can kind of send you down, downhill a little bit as you're overwhelmed by their size and speed. Their program's really rolling right now. Then you follow that up with Mitchell, who under Coach Pritchett has really started to turn the corner. Very powerful program, huge kids. You know, the school's about 3 times the size of Springs Valley in terms of enrollment, so they've got a lot to pick from, even though they don't have a huge ball club in terms of numbers. So, you know, tough beginning of the season for Valley. A lot of good things to look ahead as the schedule eases up a bit. Paoli probably the best team on their schedule, I would say. We'll see how that turns out as the year goes on. But a big test for us tonight, but I'm anxious to see how well we can improve it.
We'll talk more about that once the game resumes. In the meantime, instead of having our listeners tune in to us, I think a better idea would be to have them tune in to what this station is known for, and that is our great country music. So once again, we're at Springs Valley High School in French Lick. We're currently under a weather delay. Right now, if there is no more lightning, we'll be starting in some 15 to 20 minutes, somewhere in the 7:35 to 7:40 range, although another streak of lightning just hit. So again, depending on the administrators and the officials to this game, what they see and when they restart the ball game, that remains to be seen. So we'll send it back to the Q100 studios, and when we know more and can update you, we'll take it back. Instead, right now, back to the Q100 studios and great country music.
This is Springs Valley senior running back Colby Lowe. Now back to more Blackhawks football with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
We welcome you back to Springs Valley High School in French Lick, where we appear to be moments away from starting this football game. We were just about set to kick off, and lightning struck in the north, or at least it was the one that caused the delay. So both teams are out on the field. They have taken their warm-ups, and it looks like we are finally able to resume one of those weird skies again, Kevin, where you look about 80% around panoramically and see nothing but threatening skies, but then you look back to the west and you see the sun.
Yeah, the sun is out, but the lights are on, and it's very dark to one end of the stadium on the I guess that's the west end of the stadium. East end looking a little bit lighter as the sun is out. Shadows are out on the field. It's hard telling what we're going to have happen weather-wise in the next 3 hours, and it's also hard to tell what's going to happen in this ball game as it's played. We talked about the keys earlier, Mike. Springs Valley got to win the turnover battle, got to take the ball away from Paoli and then convert them into points when they get short fields. If they can do that, they can string enough points together, hopefully, to stay in the game. They got to control the football on their end. They got to convert on third down and fourth down if need be. I think the coaching staff's got to gamble a little bit on fourth down, roll the dice here, play that game like you're an underdog and have a chance. And then those big kids inside for Valley have got to win their battles against the kids just as big as them for Paoli. A lot of depth on Paoli's squad. Our kids are going to have to handle playing both ways a little bit more than they are. Getting ready to kick off. It's going to be an exciting night here in the Orange Bowl, and here to bring you the play-by-play, our very own Mike Hamilton.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin Terrell, as the kickoff by Colton Reynolds, and it is picked up by one of the shortbacks, that is Hobie Bobbitt, and after evading a couple of tacklers, takes it deep into Valley territory, and the Rams are going to start out in outstanding field position as it was a short kick, and Valley did not cover it well, and because of it, Paoli is going to start in Valley territory, 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Ty Lawson, the quarterback, 165, the senior. The fullback is Austin Carmichael, 215, and a senior. The slots are Ian Strange, 165 at a senior, and Timmy Burton at 170 and a senior. On first down, Lawson back to throw. Looks, fires over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. He took a hit there from Colton Dickey just as he released the football. I think Hobie Bobbitt was the intended receiver, but really wasn't anybody too much in the area. It'll bring up now 2nd down and 10. Bobbitt, one of the split ends at 160 and a junior, along with Carter Elliott at 165 and a senior.
Paoli wanted to run the counter action to the left and then roll the quarterback out to the right and hit Bobbitt rather, leaking out the tight end position. Valley held him up well.
Back to throw. Lawson fires it out on the flat. He's got his man. That is Carter Elliott, who slips a tackle and is hit and goes down around the 21-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Paoli first down. One thing the Rams did not do a lot of, as that will go for 14 on the reception by Carter Elliott to give them a first down. Was throwing the early part of the season, but Lawson coming in 11 out of 17. That's 65%, 256 yards, and he's thrown for a pair of touchdowns. He's got the Rams in the red zone, 1st and 10 now. In motion is that is Charlie Meredith carrying the football, as we see a lot of guys that alternate in there, and he's able to carry it all the way down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Just simple straight ahead running that time, and Paoli already knocking on the door as they started in great field position, and now they're 4 yards out from getting the first score of the contest. Strange, the lone setback. Back to throw is Lawson, rolls to his right. He's going to run with the football, and he finds the corner of the end zone, touchdown. And the Rams have wasted no time. They need just 4 plays to go 34 yards. And again, as we have seen the last couple of weeks, if it looks this easy for the opponent, Spring Valley could be in for a long night.
Easy drive for Paoli. Their speed on the outside was evident on that drive, able to get their playmakers the ball in space and able to get big yardage there. Gashed it. And as Dawson Long comes in to attempt the extra point, we're going to get I believe, an encroachment call here against the Hawks. That'll move it up half the distance. So instead, what the Rams will do here is go for the 2 points. Yeah, they get a little bit closer to the goal line. They're going to try to get the 2-point conversion. They've got a big group in there, full house type of set here, heavy formation.
Lawson up under center, hands off to Ian Strange. He dives forward, easy 2-point conversion. And the Rams are off and running. 10:50 to go, opening quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Paoli 8, Springs Valley nothing. Back with more Blackhawks football after this timeout.
Have you checked out DriveBedford.com? You should, because Bedford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has huge savings going on during their summer clearance event. Right now, get a new 2018 Ram 2500 with diesel engine and get up to $7,635 in total value. Or lease a new 2019 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $399 a month. Check out their deals and inventory by going online to DriveBedford.com. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
After Paoli scores, kicking off was Cale Kibler. Jackson Land fumbled, but fortunately Colby Lowe was right there to pick it up and advances it a few yards out to, it looks like, the 23-yard line, so that is where the Hawks will go on the attack first. Cole Cooper, the senior quarterback, at 155 pounds. We'll have Colton Dickey behind him at fullback, 155 at a junior. Slot backs, Colby Lowe, 155 a senior, and Jordan Curtis at 165 and a junior. In motion is Land. He gets the call, tries to turn it upfield, looking for a running room, and he's not going to go anywhere.
Tried to counter. Paoli was able to turn him back inside and didn't have a lot of room there, not a lot of movement up front as Paoli's winning the battle in the trenches to this point.
They're going to say Land's forward progress up to the 25, so a gain of 2. It'll bring up second down. And Land, the split in at 165 at a senior, will step in there at quarterback occasionally. Ammon Acuff, the flanker, at 185 and a junior. This time it is Curtis that splits wide to the far side. Double slot. In motion is Colby Lowe. Snap back to Cooper, and Cole off the right side, able to bowl his way forward for about 3 up to the 28-yard line. That's one thing that's been a bugaboo that I'm sure Mark Hammond is concerned about, Kevin, is the fact that in these first 2 games, the Hawks are a combined 2 for 18 on third down conversions.
Yeah, that's not very good. And if they're going to be in the game tonight. They're going to have to convert over half of them, I think, and I think they're going to have to go for it on fourth down quite a bit as well. You can't give Paoli the football back here. You got to figure out a way to convert on 3rd and 5.
In motion, low to the far side. Ball snapped back. It's loose. Picked up by Cooper, and he'll go down immediately.
Well, those are the kind of mistakes that just kill a team with an underdog anyway. A busted play on a bad quarterback and a center exchange. They were in the pistol. Ball came back a little bit hot, a little bit high. It looked like they couldn't control it. And Valley in bad shape here, 4th and 13, appearing as if they'll have to punt it.
So a loss of 7 on the play. It'll bring up 4th down and 12, and Cooper now will be forced to punt the football away. Again, as Kevin mentioned, Valley's going to have to play pretty close to error-free tonight if they want to have a shot at winning this football game.
Better be careful on this punt. Don't kick it right to him in the middle of the field.
And it's an end-over-end boot. We'll take a little bit of a Paoli, or rather Springs Valley roll, and George Curtis will down it at about the 38-yard line. So not a bad punt. 41 yards for Cole Cooper. No return, but the Hawks 3 and out, and now Paoli's potent offense back out onto the football field with 8:22 remaining here in the opening quarter play. The Rams have already found Pater. They lead by a score of 8-0 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard.
If the Rams can buck up, or the Hawks can buck up here defensively, figure a way to get a stop. If they get 2 scores down here early, it's going to be a long night perhaps.
Strange on the pitch, turns it upfield, looking for running room, crosses the 40, and before the Hawks can spill him, another nice gain up to about the 43, maybe the 44-yard line. Doing the blocking in the trenches for Paoli, Michael Campbell, the center, at 220, the senior. Left guard, J.D. Beavers, 275, the senior. Right guard is Nick Patchett at 270, the senior. Jarrett Coleman at 200, the senior, the right tackle. And 195-pound senior Chase Engel is the left tackle. The game was 4-7 up to the 45. It'll set up now a 2nd down and 3. Handoff up the middle. This is the fullback, Austin Carmichael, and he finds good running room and back first down yardage as he plows his way across midfield to the 48. That's a gain of 7 yards on the play, and right now, Kevin, the Hawks can ill afford.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
7 yards at a clip.
You can't give up 7 yards on the fullback dive out of this flex zone offense. They'll just continue to do that, push you around all over the place, and then when you have to load up in the inside, they'll pop one to the perimeter.
Back to throw, Lawson fires over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Hobie Bobbitt, the intended receiver, the throw was a tad bit high and through the hands of Bobbitt. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 10. Valley going with a 4-4 look. Their tackles are Colton Reynolds, 280 and a senior. Nick Jones also at 280 and a senior. The outside, the ends rather, Caleb McCracken, 185 and a junior, along with another junior, Adam George at 170 pounds. 2nd and 10 Rams. In motion, Meredith. He gets it on the pitch, trying to break to the outside, gets a good block, turns the corner, 40, 35, and he's pushed out of bounds as this time the Rams string it out with a sweep and another big gain inside the 35, and that will result in another Paoli first down.
Well, they got the edge on us right there. Bobbitt, number 10, came out and made a nice block, blocked the perimeter there and sprung him for that big gain.
15 yards on the play there for Charlie Meredith, and the Rams on the march again. We still have not even played 5 minutes of this football game. In motion is Strange. Hand off to Carmichael. Nope, it's going to be Lawson that keeps the football, and not sure if he slipped. Adam George made sure he didn't go anywhere, and this will be a loss back to about the 37-yard line. So one of the better plays defensively for the Hawks, who have in their linebacking core Ammon Acup, 185 at a junior, Justin Shipman, 195 at a senior. The inside linebackers, outside linebackers, are Drake Terry, playing his first game of the year, 175 at a senior, and Mark Pieper at 150 and a senior. Strange in motion, he gets it on the pitch, and now we have a penalty flag that will kill the play, and we're going to have a procedure call here against the Rams.
That helps. Rams costed themselves on this possession with a couple of mistakes. They have a error on the snap that caused Lawson to lose yardage, and now they jump offside. It'll be second down and long for them, second and 18.
Time. Elliott splits wide to the far side. Empty backfield behind Lawson. Strange in motion. He gets it on the pitch, so it looks like they're going to run the same play. And Strange able to get a good chunk of that yardage back as he works his way down close to the 35. Still going to face a third down and long, 3rd and 12 after the 8-yard gain. And to round out the Hawks defense in the secondary, Colton Dickey, 155 at a junior, Cole Cooper at 155 at a senior, the corners, and Jordan Curtis at 165 at a junior, the safety for Valley.
Timmy Burton doing a good job for Paoli as the lead blocker there in those pitch plays. Valley's going to have to start blowing him up, getting inside of him. He's doing a good job of getting that edge established for the Rams.
On the option play, there goes Lawson trying to turn the corner, and he is pulled down out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Hawks did a much better job this time of stringing out Paoli, and a minimal gain. Although I say that, they're going to looks like they'll spot it at about the 30-yard line, or they haven't set the ball down yet.
Just inside it, I'd say about the 29.
If it's the 29, it's going to bring up 4th down and 5. So give Lawson a 6-yard pickup on the play, and it's closer to the 30, but for all intents and purposes, the 29. So 4th and 5 here for Paoli. Valley needs to come up with a big stop. Back to throw is Lawson. Looks, fires it downfield. It's incomplete. Obi Bobbitt, the intended receiver, and it looked like he had it, and it would have been a first down, but he could not hang on to the football. Colton Dickey in on the coverage. And that has got to be a big morale booster here, Kevin, for this Hawk defense to finally stop Paoli on downs.
Yeah, the Rams had a really good chance right there to put their foot on our throat, you might say, and get us down 2 scores. I'm not sure we have the offensive firepower against this ball club to come back from a big deficit. So to get a stop there, granted they helped us with a couple of mistakes on their own, but that's football. Now we got the ball back at the 30. We need to drive it, at least turn and flip the field position around.
This time Jackson Land in at quarterback. Cole Cooper split wide to the near side. In motion, Colby Lowe. Land takes the snap, works his way off the right side, spins away from one tackler, still on his feet, driving forward out over the 35 and up to about the 37-yard line. Good run that time by Jackson to just keep those legs pumping, and is able to push his way out for 7 yards. And those are the kind of plays Valley needs on first down.
Straight Wildcat look there as they just go to the quarterback run game, put him in the pistol on this straight run. No fake, no anything. It's just power football with an extra blocker in there because you're running the quarterback. They outnumbered Paoli at the point of attack, able to pop him up inside, and Jackson spun for an extra couple yards after contact.
Second down and 3 at the 37. Cooper back in there now at quarterback, and some confusion here offensively for the Hawks, and they're going to have to spin a timeout. Go Blackhawks and go to Dairy Queen of Springs Valley for the DQ Reese Outrageous. It's the August Blizzard of the month, and remember you get $5 off DQ frozen cakes in the display case every Monday at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Timeout of the field, the 58th Orange Bowl, 4:47 to go, first quarter, 8-0 Rams on the Fast Steady scoreboard. We'll continue with more Blackhawks football in just a moment.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your auto value dealer in West Baden, gives new meaning to the term complete car care. It starts with Rolling, carrying a full line of auto parts for all you do-it-yourselfers, not just parts, but the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 3 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating over 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care, see them on the Boulevard in West Baden or visit rollingtireandauto.com.
This is Springs Valley senior quarterback Cole Cooper, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Valley having to burn a timeout as they couldn't get their offense structured properly. Now back to action. Out of the pistol, snap back to Jackson Land. Driving forward, will be stopped short of the first down, but a penalty flag comes in, and boy, if this is holding, and it looks like it's going to be, this is really going to hurt the Hawks, and it is indeed a holding call.
Same play as on first down.
Oh, my.
Heavy formation, went with Jackson on the quarterback keeper. Just power football, but the official on the Valley sideline saw the hole. He drug a Paoli defender down and pulled him down right there at the point of attack. That's going to back you up 10 yards. So we were on schedule, but now we're off of it. This is what the situations where Valley's offense really struggles, Mike, when they get in long yardage behind the chains.
So it'll, in essence, be a 9-yard penalty. Ball back to the 28, second down and 12. Ball snap back to Land. He hands off to Colby Lowe, coming around the right side, turns it upfield, and picks up about 4 yards. He's able to cross the 30. That's his first carry of the night, but it's still going to set up the Hawks with a 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and 8 at the 32. They need to get to the 40 to pick up the first down. Hawks have yet to go to the air here in their 1+ possessions in this game.
Rams subbing a lot defensively, trying to keep fresh bodies in there on 3rd down. I saw Jack Baker come across the field, take a position, so a little bit faster defense here on 3rd and 8 for the Rams if they try to put pressure on Cooper.
Land back in at quarterback, takes the snap, rolls to his left, turns it upfield, and he is hit and goes down. Boy, 3 or 4 white-shirted Rams all over him there. Not much of a gain, perhaps a yard for Jackson. And it's going to bring up 4th down once again here for the Hawks. So another 3 and out. It was a bad snap on the first possession, Kevin. This time a penalty really hurting the Hawks.
With the rain coming down, everybody's got their umbrellas out. Springs Valley played that very conservatively. Could have thrown perhaps on 3rd and long, opted to run the quarterback. Didn't work. We'll have to punt the football away, or so it would appear.
Cooper had a 41-yarder last time. Let's see what he does here. And gets off a pretty good one that Charlie Meredith will let roll, and it takes another big Valley bounce, and the Hawks will down it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. So Cole Cooper's gotten off a couple of boomers. That one for 48 yards after the 41-yarder, and at least for now anyway, they've got the Rams backed up a little bit in their own territory at their own 19 with 2:54 remaining here in the opening quarter, and an 8-0 Paoli advantage first quarter.
I'm not sure why they don't have Meredith trying to return those punts. He's letting the ball bounce. Perhaps Paoli just doesn't want to gamble with trying to return a wet football, but it's costing them a lot on field position.
And off, this is Ian Strange, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Big Colton Reynolds led a charge of about 3 players there that got the penetration that Valley needed, and they stopped Strange for no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. So hopefully stopping Paoli on downs on the prior possession, Kevin, really has this defense fired up a bit.
Yeah, they're going to be tough to run inside against Valley, I would hope, with big Reynolds and Jones in there as the 2 defensive tackles. They got to stop that dive play. That's the key to stopping Paoli.
And off Charlie Meredith, breaks to the outside, finds some good running room, slips a couple of tackles. He'll have the first down. As again, the Hawks slow in converging on the football. As so far the Rams have had some success getting to the outside, and there Meredith does as he carries it all the way out to the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 15 on the play, and another Ram first down.
Charlie Meredith looking like Dandy Don Meredith out there in his heyday. They're getting to the perimeter of their counterattack on their flex-bone offense, having a tough time running up inside, but they're getting out to the outside against the stacked defensive Valley up in the front, and it's hurting us.
And there's a bigger hole up the middle this time. It is Jack Baker running the football. So again, we see Jeremy Lowry use a plethora of different players to run the football. So Baker carrying for the first time, and he has a nice gain, 7 yards up to the 41 to bring up a 2nd and 3. Late stages, first quarter, 8-0 Rams. Meredith in motion, and in the backfield, Lawson, he gets away, and now he's scrambling for his life, and he manages to fall forward. He'll lose yardage, but boy, that time it looked like Drake Terry got in and got a hand on Lawson. Could have brought him back down for a couple of more yards. Lawson was able to get back, and he'll end up losing 4 back to the 37. So now the Rams are looking at a 3rd down and 7.
Again, got penetration there between the offensive guard and the center. For Paoli, they're going to lock that up inside Valley.
Here's
doing a good job inside.
It goes to Timmy Burton, and Burton's got the first down, as again the Hawks are not doing very well on the sweeps. However, there is a penalty flag thrown back at about the 45-yard line, and we'll see what this is. They're going to call holding here against Paoli. So the Hawks dodge a bullet here. That's what hurt them on their second drive, and now the Rams commit a major infraction, and that will cost them a first down. They'll get the benefit of the yardage, which was to the 45, so Burton will get credit for an 8-yard gain, but the 10-yard penalty moves it back to the 35-yard line. So it'll be now 3rd down and 9. So here, Kevin, Hawks get a reprieve, and let's hope they can take advantage and not let Paoli off the hook.
Every pass play Paoli's ran has been to their right, their offensive right. If they want to throw on 3rd and 9, you have to consider that's probably where they're going to go. Valley's pass defense got to be prepared for a quick hitter.
Burton in motion. He gets it on the pitch, trying to break to the outside, able to turn it upfield, and they're going to stop him short of the first down, but he's still going to get about 7 or 8 yards on that particular play, and that's just the simple speed of the senior, Timmy Burton. So it'll be decision time now for Jeremy Lowry. The ball at the 42-yard line, so it's going to be 4th down and 2 here for Paoli. As if you notice, across the way, past the east stands, Kevin, a nice little rainbow.
Yes, it is. Beautiful here at Death Valley. Football being played here under the Friday night lights, and it's 8-0 Paoli on top of Valley here in front of a big crowd here at the Valley.
First quarter's come to an end on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
For the Orange County Community Foundation, this is Imogene Dedrick, Executive Director, thanking each of you who make it possible for the foundation to give over $287,000 this year for charitable purposes. Most of those funds went to designated funds and scholarships, which enrich our county through higher education. Thank you for your help in making the grants possible as we work together to increase opportunities in the future. To help others, call us at 723-4150 or visit us at orangecountycommunityfoundation.org. For good forever for Orange County.
This is Springs Valley senior lineman Colton Reynolds, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Yep, they got it. Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Springs Valley High School as we start the second quarter, and everybody here at the field saying, watch for the fake, watch for the fake. That's exactly what the Rams did as they snapped it to one of the upbacks, Ty Lawson to be exact, and Valley could not stop him on a 4th down and 2, so a big conversion for the Rams. He carries it to midfield, and this Ram drive continues.
He's got to find a way at some point, maybe a batted ball, make a negative play here on first down would help.
Back to throw Lawson. Pumps once. He's going deep. He's got a man wide open, and the pass is caught. It's Carter Elliott at the 20-yard line as he burns Jackson Land on the reception. But there is a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage, and we're going to have a holding call here against the Rams.
Well, that's the third penalty on Paoli, and it hurts him badly there, negating what would have been a 30-yard pass reception from Lawson to Elliott. Instead, they'll back him up 10, and Valley gets a big break right there. They had him covered initially, and then when Lawson scrambled out, he kind of threw his receiver open a bit and thought the ball was underthrown, and he let him. It could have been perhaps for an attempted chance at 6. As it is, though, back it up, and it's a big penalty, and the Rams start in a big hole, 1st and 23.
13-yard penalty. Third now for 28. Now on first down, pitch to Timmy Burton, trying to break to the outside, and again, the Hawks allow a nice gain on the play. With first down, the Rams don't have to get it all back at one time, but again, they get another huge chunk here, Kevin, with their sweeps around the end. They're going to say Burton's knee touched back at the 45, but it's still an 8-yard gain, and it makes it a little more manageable, 2nd down and 15.
Well, we're having a tough time on the edge. Bailey's controlling that. We are stopping, for the most part, the dive game up inside. That's the first thing you want to do. So tactically, we've got to have a little bit better run fit from our 2nd and 3rd level.
Oh, 2 men in motion, and we're going to have a penalty here as Ty Lawson is hit and dropped back into the 39-yard line. What pursuit by Colton Dickey to run down Lawson. I think Ty might have slowed down a little bit, thinking that, hey, it's a penalty, and now the Hawks can decline the motion and take the loss of 6 yards, which they're going to do here, and that's why you don't stop, Kevin, until the whistle blows.
Rams offensive line thought the ball was going to be blown dead. It wasn't. They left Lawson out there running for his life all by himself with nobody in front of him. Valley continued to play in good encouragement by their sideline, the Valley sideline, to keep their kids in pursuit. And Lawson goes down for a loss of 6. We've been able to stop the quarterback for the most part, Mike. He's got just 4 yards on 6 carries. That's a big key there, stopping that quarterback run game out of this flex ball offense.
3rd and prospect, 21 to be exact. Hand off to Carmichael, and he's hit and he'll go down. He'll pick up a couple of yards, but Colton Reynolds leading the charge as the Rams playing it conservatively there. And another solid defensive series by this Blackhawk defense. They'll spot it at the 43, gain of 4 for Carmichael, but it's 4th down and 17, and I would doubt very seriously here that the Rams are going to try to fake that punt like they did last time.
No, I don't think they will. I think they'll kick it. Now, for Valley, I'm interested, Mike. Are they going to come up and catch the ball and try to make a play in the special teams game? I think they need to do that. I really do. I think if you just sit around and let the ball bounce and you take away an opportunity. Now, I realize it's a gamble with the wet football and the kicking game being, somewhat shaky as it is for us. But I think if you're going to score enough points to beat Paoli, you're going to have to score points in unconventional ways. I want the Rams to pay the price for having to punt this. We've got, who do we have back, Mike? That is
Jackson Lamb.
Jackson Lamb, one of your best playmakers. So I say let Jackson come up and get it, see if he can make a play in open space. We'll see what happens.
Austin Carmichael in punt formation.
That's
Yep, he scoops it up and gets it off, but it's a spiraling punt that Land will take at the 24.
There you go.
To the tackle, brace to the 30, and out to about the 34-yard line. So it looked like momentarily that Land was going to let it hit the ground, and at the last second grabbed it, picked up about 10 yards as he carries it out to the 34. So the Hawks are going to have decent field position with 9:34 on the clock here in the first half. Again, Paoli 8, Valley nothing on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard.
Well, that was a right play, I think. You got to give Jackson a chance to make a play in space. He almost broke that, busted it around last end. They were able to pursue him from behind. As it is, it's a good game, good field position for the Hawks here at the 34. Let's see if we can get our offensive gear.
33-yard punt, 10-yard return. Hawks with a football. Dickey in motion to the far side. Inside handoff goes to Colby Lowe, and that's not going to go anywhere.
Looked like a miscommunication in the backfield, I think.
Yeah.
We thought he was going to go to the right. He went to the left at the quarterback. and we were able to somewhat avoid disaster, at least, as Cooper been able to get the handoff to him, but no blocking up front. Low stuffed out at the point of attack, loses a yard.
It's actually closer to the 34, so we'll call it no gain. It's probably second and about 10 3/4 yards. 9 minutes to go, first half. Hawks trying to finally get their offense untracked here.
Paoli defense is all within 7 or 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. They don't respect the Valley passing game.
In motion is Lowe. He gets it on the inside handoff, turns it upfield, crosses the 35, gets it up to about the 38-yard line. So that'll set up now a 3rd down and 6 now for the Hawks. Third carry of the ball came for Colby for 10 yards. Valley still has yet to throw the football.
I think Paoli is begging you to do that, playing everybody way up front near the line of scrimmage, all 11 white shirts within about 7 or 8 yards typically. At the snap, I think you can get a shot to the outside at some point. Valley's going to have to take some chances on the perimeter. Man-to-man coverage on the outside on this play.
Land splits wide to the far side. In motion is Dickey out of the pistol. Cooper, no, they're going to snap it to the up back. That is Colby Lowe, and Lowe trying to drive forward, able to cross the 40, gets it up to about the 41. So he's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 3 now from the 41, and decision time here. The Hawks, this is their 3rd drive. They still have yet to pick up a first down.
Again, we talked about this in the opening. Rams want to get the offense back on the field. Valley needs to prevent that from happening as much as possible. I think you need to go for it on a lot of these 4th downs, and it appears as if Valley is not going to do that. They have a punt formation out there.
Let's see if they may go for a fake here. Good snap back, and Cole will get it away. And it's another boomer and takes another outstanding Valley roll, and Jackson Land will down it inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So Cole Cooper with his leg really getting into that football and making it tough here as the Rams will again start deep in their own territory at their own 9.
At least make them go the long way. Cooper right down the start of the game for Valley with his punt. He's really kicking the ball well, over 40 yards on average. And that time he's coffin cornered it. Rams had no chance to return that one. Going to get another good bounce.
Yeah, he's getting better with every punt. 41 the first one, 48 on the second, 50 yards on that one. But the Rams have the football now from their own 9. Lawson takes the snap, hands off, and this is Ian Strange carrying the football, and he finds some running room off the left side as he pounds his way out over the 15 and up to about the 18. That's going to be close to the first down. A 9-yard gain on the play to set up now a 2nd down and 1. Unlike last week, when Valley went in tied with Mitchell, the Jackets got the ball to start the second half. They were able to score on their way to getting 3 second-half scores. Valley will get the ball this time to start the second half. Hopefully no worse than down 8-0. And this is Austin Carmichael, the fullback. And again, Rams using the left side of their offensive line to create holes. And they get a nice one there for Carmichael as he carries it out over the 25 and up to the 26. So that was an 8-yard pickup on the play. And Valley's going to have to keep the Rams from breaking out that kind of yardage.
Valley had to take out Big Nick Jones there. He's going to get a breather on the sideline, so Valley not quite as big up front now.
In motion is Burton to the far side, and this time the handoff goes to, I think that's Jack Baker back in there. It is, and Baker stacked up after a short gain. So the Hawks getting penetration in there, and they will spot the ball, looks like at the 28-yard line, so give Baker a 2-yard gain. It will set up now a 2nd down and 8. Halfway through the second quarter, the Rams scored on their initial possession of the contest, plus the 2-point conversion. That's all the scoring we have had thus far. In motion is Meredith on the sweep, trying to get to the outside. Colton Dickey slows him down, and now he's in trouble in the backfield, and down he goes. Give Colton Dickey credit. He was able to get to the outside and slow up Charlie Meredith that time, and then his teammates came in and finished him off all the way back to the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of 5 on the play, and now Rams looking at a 3rd down and 13, and since that first drive, Kevin, you have to be impressed with what you've seen out of this Valley defense.
I have indeed. They talked about that run fit. The last drive, Dickey right there, come in, fill it up from the backfield, defensive backfield, turned the ball carrier Meredith back inside where the pursuit was coming for Valley. You set the edge defensively, it gives you a chance to stop those outside runs.
And now before the 3rd and long, Jeremy Lowry wants to talk things over. If you need a break, a time to just relax and unwind, call for your appointment with one of Research Chiropractic's certified massage therapists, and they can get you back into shape. However, if it's not just sore muscles, you'll want to see Dr. Lolita. She has your back. Call for your appointment, Research Chiropractic Center in Paoli, 723-2277. Time out of the field, 4:58 to go, first half on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. 8-0 Rams. Back to the Hawks Nest in French Lick after this timeout.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see. But are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today. Or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
Hawk defense has really dug in. They have kept Paoli in check since their first drive, and now they have them hem back 3rd and 13 back at the 23-yard line. Here's Lawson dropping back to throw. In trouble! Now he's going to run with it. Makes a couple of cuts and was able to get out over the 25, but only to about the 27. They nearly had the sack, did the Hawk defense, but Mark Pieper was able to get in and bring him down at the 27. Only a 4-yard pickup on the play, and Kevin, that is now 3 straight possessions that the Hawks have held the Rams in check.
They're having to move the quarterback and have a chance to get their passing game going. They tried the straight drop back right there. They can't do it, though, because Valley's getting too much pressure inside, had no time to throw.
And the punt, this time on the punt is, I believe that is Brett Bosley, their big 6'5" sophomore, punting this time, and he gets off a beauty as well. Boy, the punting has been terrific in this football game.
Jackson needed to come up and catch that ball, I think, even if he fair catches it. If he had it, he just saved us about 10 or 15 yards and roll. Instead, he didn't opt to gamble, let the ball bounce, and it hurt us.
42-yard punt for Bosley, no return. And the Hawks now have the football 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line with 4:13 remaining here in the first half.
Let to run the clock out if you're Valley number 1. Don't give Paoli any chances. Also, at some point, you're going to have to take a shot with the passing game. They're playing man-to-man coverage with no safety help on the outside. You're going to have to take a shot at some point.
Ball snapped back to Cooper, handoff to Jackson Land. Slips a couple of tackles, the best run of the night for Valley as Jackson Land broke a tackle at about the 35 and was able to break it all the way up to the 42-yard line. 11-yard gain on the play, and that is the first down of the night for the Hawks.
They're excited up here in the press box.
They are.
As they rally the troops there with a big first down call to our left as we tick under 4 minutes to go. Valley got good run action right there. Got some bust up front, got some movement, and then Jackson running hard, got his pad level down, and ran through a couple arm tackles there for the Rams. Able to spin and get 11.
Valley taking a lot of time here in the huddle.
They're definitely trying to run the clock. They don't want to give the Rams a ball back if at all possible.
Curtis splits wide to the far side, double slot. In motion is Land. He gets it, turns it upfield, breaks a tackle, and still on his feet, driving forward. He'll pick up the first down as flag comes down, and we may have a face mask call here against Paoli, which will tack on additional yardage. And boy, what a run by the senior, Jackson Land. And it is indeed I think they call it a 5-yard face mask, but this will tack on additional yardage. But boy, this crowd fired up, this football team fired up, and boy, you get a run like that'll do it every time.
There's a lot of emotion on the Valley sideline, and you called it right. It is a 5-yard penalty, so put it about to 41. But again, that slot run right there, heavy formation, just one wide receiver in there. Valley not really tricking Paoli at all. They're just getting Land the ball on the move and trying to get movement up inside. And again, our big kids, Reynolds, Jones, got George leading away a little bit on the outside of the offensive line, getting good movement, knocking Paoli back, and running the football right up the gut.
12-yard gain for Land, 5-yard penalty, sets it at the Paoli 41. First time the Hawks into Paoli territory. Here's Cole Cooper. Oh, he's getting pushed back as he's able to get it inside the 40 to about maybe the 38-yard line. Clock continues to run. We hit the 3-minute mark of this first half of play. Still 8-0 in favor of the Rams. Give Cooper a gain of 3 on the play. It'll set up now a 2nd down and 7. Obviously, your goal is to find pay dirt, but if you can't do that, you want to take enough time off the clock that the Rams have no chance to take it downfield. Valley still has not thrown the football as yet. On 2nd and 7 at the Paoli 38. Handoff to Land. Looking for a hole on the left side. Slips a couple tackles. Still on his feet. Driving forward, and he should have another first down as he's inside the 30. And now all sorts of flags coming in. We've got two players going at it here.
It's a melee down there.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often right in front of the Valley bench.
Oh, my goodness.
This is not what you want to see.
And they're still trying to separate players here. It looks like Nate Hamilton was in the middle of it, as was Jack Baker.
He was well behind the play.
Yeah.
About 10 yards or so behind it, right in front of the Valley sideline.
Land had a terrific run that time that will, for the time being, give him first down yardage. But now we'll see as the officials talk things over here to see what is going on. It looked like Nate Hamilton was on top of the Paoli player. It may not have been Jack Baker. It possibly could have been Trevor Holt, or excuse me, Nick Douthit that was out there. Douthit is a outside linebacker.
There may be some ejections here. They're going to talk to Coach Abbott on the sideline. We'll see what the officials have. There's all sorts of laundry on the field. It looks like our back room at home. There's laundry everywhere.
I hope the officials mark the spot of the football. We are hoping at worst it is offsetting penalties here that you call unsportsmanlike on both. But again, I did not see what instigated it. The Jackson Land carried the ball down to the Paoli 29, but the altercation was back at about the Paoli 40-yard line. So the officials talking with Mark Hammond, and now they're going to go for and talk with Paoli head coach Jeremy Lowry as far as what is going on. I'm looking to see if we see Nate Hamilton. Like I said, I think he was involved in that. And now whether or not he is ejected or not, that would be a tough blow because Nate is Valley's left guard. Obviously a lot of emotions in a game like this, but at the same time, too, you've got to do your best to try to control those, even though the players on the other team might be egging you on a little bit.
They're done talking to Coach Lowry. They've talked to Coach M, and now the officials walking this way, about to signal what's happening here. Personal foul on Paoli. It's going to be personal foul on us.
All right, so the penalties will offset. The play will stand a 9-yard run for Jackson Land, and the Hawks now have it 1st and 10 at the Ram 29-yard line with 2:26 remaining here in this first half of play. It's still 8-0 in favor of the Rams.
Now, you called that right. They were going to spot the football. We have it on the board at the 29. I'm not sure the officials have it that way.
Yeah.
They're still conferring.
Yeah,
they've got it marked there. So the Paoli kids are going to have to back up a bit. They think the ball is somewhere different, but it's not.
Right. And now Paoli's defense figures that out, and they will move back. So they'll.
Meanwhile, the Hawks are huddling way back in midfield. They need to scoot up too.
Right.
Now, a lot of times, Mike, after something like that, you've had a delay here a little bit. I like to see Coach Hammond go for the big play right here out of that. Go the shot play right here. You've got Paoli's emotions on edge a little bit. If you're going to save something, this is the time. If you've been saving something, this is the time to use it. If you have your good pass, you can fake it up inside to Jackson maybe, hit somebody on the outside, maybe roll your quarterback out and put him out in space. This is the time to do it, I think, right here, right now.
All right. So the ball at the 29 of Paoli. 1st and 10 now for Valley. Nate Hamilton is in there, so apparently no ejections on either side. So is Nick Douthit, so apparently no harm, no foul. 2:08 left. Cooper in there at quarterback, takes the snap, hands off to Land, trying to weave his way through traffic and find some good running room again down to about the 22. That'll gain 7 yards on the play. Jackson Land has been the workhorse here on this drive. Now the problem is, with Valley keeping it on the ground, eventually they're going to have to speed up their calls because we're down to 1:42 to go here in this first half of play. It is 2nd and 3 now at the Ram 22-yard line.
Been the same formation and the same play pretty much every play on this drive except one when they went to the quarterback run.
And remember, Valley burned a timeout in the opening quarter, so they only have 2 left. Here's Cooper out of the pistol. Man in motion is Land. He turns it upfield. Breaks a hole. Gets to the outside. Still on his feet. And he's run out of bounds to stop the clock inside the 15 to about the 13. Valley just running the same play, that little counter. And they are biting off huge yardage. They'll spot it at the 13. That's a 9-yard gain on the play. And now the Hawks into the red zone. 1st and 10 at the Paoli 13. Clock stopped now with 1:14 remaining here in the first half as the Hawks try to pull to within 2 if they can get this into the end zone.
Running to the left side behind Hamilton in the center. Grandstaff is doing a good job cutting off backside pursuit. It's been Jackson Land show on this drive. Same formation again.
And the handoff to Land. Once again, trying to break to the outside, and this time the Rams are able to stuff it here. So maybe Valley went to the well once too often. No gain on the play as Jackson only able to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10.
Timing was off just a bit on that one. I don't know if you could time out here, Valley will. But Land had to stutter step a little bit as he came through it. They didn't handle the exchange well. Screwed up the timing and rhythm of the play, and Rams were able to get penetration, knock him backwards.
A Labor Weekend picnic, boat trip, or family get-together just isn't the same without Charlie Biggs Chicken from Riley's Marathon in Orleans. Call ahead at 865-3488. Be sure to pick up all your other supplies, too, including soft drinks, ice, and quality Marathon gas. Start all your outings with a visit to Riley's Marathon in downtown Orleans. We're actually going to give Land a loss of 2 yards back to the 15, so it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 12. 56 seconds to go, first half, 8-0 Paoli on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard with the Rams threatening. We didn't get a chance to run through Valley's offensive line. Camden Grandstaff, the center, 205 at a junior. Nate Hamilton, the left guard, at 175 at a senior. Right guard, Caleb McCracken, 185 at a junior. Nick Jones, the left tackle, at 280 at a senior. And Colton Reynolds at 280 and a senior, the right tackle. Paoli has Tony Lowe at 295 at a junior, the nose guard. The ends, Michael Campbell, 220 and a senior. Jay Single at 195 at a senior. The outside linebackers, Nick Douthit at 180 and a senior. Timmy Burton at 170 and a senior. And the inside linebackers, Jack Baker, 180 and a sophomore. And Ian Strange at 165 and a senior.
Valley flipped their formation here. We're wide receiver now to the left.
In motion is Land. And the inside handoff to Colby Lowe. Breaks to the outside. 10-5. Touchdown, Springs Valley. What a beautiful fake. As Land came around, as he's done the previous 4 times, They faked the handoff. Colby Lowe cut inside to the right, took the handoff, completely fooled the Rams, and Colby untouched into the end zone, and Valley is on the board. With 50 seconds remaining here in the first half of play, it's now 8-6.
Well, you knew something was up there with Valley changing the formation, moving the receiver from the right to the left, took a defender to the strong side of the field, so the counter play was open, and they got it to work. Now down 2, Valley will try to get the tie with a 2-point conversion. Same formation.
In motion is Land. Cooper, handoff to Land, and Jackson flicks his way through, and we are tied here in the Orange Bowl. Blackhawk fans loving it now. We've got ourselves a contest. 50 seconds to go, first half on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Springs Valley 8, Paoli 8. Back with more Blackhawks football right after this.
The weather may be unpredictable, but a meal at the Superburger is always the perfect forecast. You know the Superburger for all their delicious locally raised grass-fed beef burgers. But did you know the Superburger has an ultimate grilled cheese and homemade tomato soup for those cold and rainy days, along with delicious bread bowls filled with chili, cheesy potato, veggie beef, cheddar broccoli, or chicken noodle. For dessert, try their warm homemade cobblers with a scoop of ice cream. The Superburger is open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 8, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9. Come experience the best-dressed burger in town. Phone ahead, 723-4445.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Now the Hawks with a little bit of trickery, electrifying their home crowd here. A little fake handoff to Jackson Land, and then the give to Colby Lowe, shot off the right side. Takes it into the end zone, and then Jackson able to run it in for the 2-point conversion, and we've got ourselves a tie football game here in the final minute of this first half. There's a squib boot by Colton Reynolds, and it is smothered by Paoli. So the bad thing about that is it's going to give Paoli good field position. So they have all 3 of their timeouts, and they're going to start at their own 49-yard line.
That was not what Coach Hammond wanted. I don't think he wanted the ball to go a little bit further. It's between the first and the second levels of the Paoli return team. Instead, the ball didn't bounce at all. It just kind of slid along the wet grass. Right. Paoli able to cover it easily, and now they got the ball near midfield with all 3 timeouts left and still 50 seconds to go. Valley's got to stop Paoli on this drive, I think, to keep the momentum going.
And Lawson will operate out of a shotgun. Takes the snap, looks, fires it downfield. He's got his man, and that's Charlie Meredith, slipping a couple tackles, still on his feet, inside the 30 and down to about the 27-yard line. So a terrific pass that time out on the near flat. That will go for 24 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 now for Paoli at the Valley 27-yard line. 40 seconds left to go. Rams quickly up to the line here. Officials didn't start the clock. Back to throw is Lawson. Fires the little pass over the middle intended for Ian Strange, and that was nearly picked off. Drake Terry was in the area, and if that had not been a low throw by Lawson, Terry might have had the pick.
Yeah, it was low and behind. That stops the clock. 36 seconds to go. I don't know about the Rams kicking game. From where they're at, they'd be about 40-some-odd yards.
44 yards.
I don't think they've got the leg to do that, so I think they're playing for the touchdown. Valley's got to keep the ball in bounds, number one, and keep the ball in front of them. This is likely a pass to the right out of this formation. Don't think on the sweep.
Strange on the pitch, trying to turn the corner, and is hit and run out of bounds here. Mark Pieper needs to be careful there. He hung on to Strange well after he was out of bounds. No flag or anything. They're going to spot the ball right at the 20-yard line, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 3. But again, they get out of bounds to stop the clock with 30 seconds remaining here in the half. Tie ball game at 8, and Valley, from a morale standpoint, needs to keep Paoli out of the end zone. Here's Lawson on the keeper. He's hit it and goes. I'm not sure if it was a busted play or not, but he took off to his left, and the Hawks get great penetration. Who was it? It was for Valley.
Was it Piper?
Trinity Sheets. No. Trinity and Drake Terry playing their first games of the year, and it was big Trinity Sheets, one of the Valley seniors, that got in and made the hit. No gain on the play, or actually they're going to spot it back to the 22, so it'll be a loss here of 2, so it'll bring 5. 24 left, and now the Rams will burn one of their timeouts. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated, or BRCJ, salutes the parents, teachers for their support of these activities, because life is a team sport. Go Blackhawks and go to Dairy Queen of Springs Valley for the DQ Reese Outrageous. It's the August Blizzard of the month. And remember, you get $5 off DQ frozen cakes in the display case every Monday at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley.
I'm laughing at Coach Hammond there. He's all fired up, trying to get his team prepared for this play. They forgot to bring the water bottles out momentarily. Thought he about had a stroke on the sideline. Valley needs to stop real bad.
4th and 5. Back to throw is Lawson, and the pass is complete. He finds Timmy Burton down at about the 12-yard line. So Valley had the rush on, but Lawson able to get it off, and he finds Burton for 10 yards down to the 12. Clock running again, 15 seconds left, maybe 2 more plays. Ball snapped back to Lawson. Fires it out on the flat. He's got his man. That is Meredith at the 5, and he's down to the 3-yard line. And I think now Paoli is going to take a timeout with 3 seconds left to go in this first half of play. It'll be a 9-yard gain on the play. Nope, let's make it an 8-yard gain on the play. Ball spotted at the 4. So it'll be 2nd down and 2, but that's a moot point here. It's pretty much 1 play left in the half, and the Hawks need to stop Paoli to keep them from taking the lead back here on the final play of this first half.
Valley's tried to undercut that pass. That would have been a pick 6 the other way, but a good job by Lawson to lob it over the defender and drop it in front of the safety for Springs Valley. They hit Meredith right there in the gap of the defense. Valley able to get him down, and with 3.4 seconds to go, this is the last play of the half. You would think Meredith's been the problem all night, Mike. He's got 42 yards rushing and 32 receiving, so you have to make sure you stay on him. And I would also caution you to be ready for Strange and some sort of counteraction. I think Paoli would rather run the ball if they could.
All right, here we go. Carmichael, the lone setback. Lawson hands off, and the pitch goes to Ian Strange, and he sweeps it around right in, and a heartbreak here for the Hawks as Paoli scores on the final play of the first half to retake the lead.
And a mistake in the kicking game set the break up there.
Yeah, it did.
You know, we don't execute the squib kick well. We give them about 15 or 20 yards of free yardage, and Paoli takes advantage of it.
So they are back up now 14-8. As it will be now. Dawson Long on to attempt the extra point. Now they're going to fake it. Here is the quarterback, Meredith, and actually the holder, and he rolled to his right, tried to throw it into the end zone and underthrew the intended target. So the Hawks do stop the extra point, but they give up the lead after working so hard to tie it. Still, though, in this 58th Orange Bowl, we've got ourselves a dandy, a one-score contest. When you need a break, a time to just relax and unwind, call for your appointment with one of our board-certified massage therapists at Research Chiropractic Center. Let them get you back into shape. But if it's not sore muscles, you'll want to see Dr. Lolita. She has your back. Call for your appointment at the Research Chiropractic Center in Paoli at 723-2277. Entertaining halftime for you coming up. I had a chance to talk with Springs Valley Principal Kyle Nykum. Our senior spotlight, Stevie McNew, had a chance to catch up with Valley quarterback Cole Cooper. All that comes up on our halftime report, which is just around the corner. At intermission on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard in the Orange Bowl. Rams 14, Blackhawks 8. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
As parents of a child who was actively involved in school athletics and extracurricular activities, Brian and Annette Hawkins of Wolf Contracting know the sacrifices parents make in attending games and getting them to and from practice, and salute these parents for their extraordinary commitment. As citizens who care about our environment, the Hawkins hope you'll join them in their recycling efforts to make Orange County a safe and enjoyable place to live. Proud to call Orange County home. Wolf Contracting, just west of Paoli.
Watching the sunrise, looking out at a majestic mountaintop, following a pristine stream in a forest. Nature has so many beautiful things to offer. Don't miss them because your eyesight is not what it should be. Get your peepers checked now at Drs. Harmon, Petty & Co., optometrist in Paoli. They offer thorough exams to not only make sure you're seeing clearly, but to check for other eye problems like macular degeneration, glaucoma, and cataracts. They don't take chances with your eyesight. Neither should you. Schedule an appointment now. Drs. Harmon, Petty & Co., next to IU Health in Paoli. Call 723-4752.
A salute to the Blackhawks from Tony Robbins and the construction crew at TRC Construction in French Lick for concrete work, land clearing, and site work, driveways, foundations, patios, and sidewalks. Call TRC Construction 653-7007.
For Valley Marathon, this is Eric Elkins, manager, inviting you to try our new Cadillac coffee with 9 creamer flavors and a dozen flavor shots. It's not expensive, just $1 for a 12-ounce cup of delicious coffee. Sign up for a Jones Reward card and for gas discounts at Valley Marathon, 936-9999.
Before we start our halftime activities from Springs Valley High School, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
You're listening to the 6,000-watt sports voice of the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
A Labor Weekend picnic, boat trip, or family get-together just isn't the same without Charlie Biggs Chicken from Riley's Marathon in Orleans. Call ahead at 865-3488, and be sure to pick up all your other supplies, too, including soft drinks, ice, and quality Marathon gas. Start all your outings with a visit to Riley's Marathon in downtown Orleans. Halftime here at Springs Valley High School in the Orange Bowl. Tie ball game at 8. Here's the way it happened as we listen to the sounds of the Springs Valley Blackhawk Brigade performing here at halftime. Rams took the opening kickoff and wasted no time. It looked like it was going to be a long night for Valley's defense, but as we have seen, the Valley defense shoring up, certainly. Just took 4 plays for Paoli to go 34 yards in a minute and 10 seconds. It was Ty Lawson sneaking it in from 4 yards out. Ian Strange was able to run a point conversion. It was a quick 8-0 advantage for Paoli. Teams then traded possessions for the rest of the first half until Valley took over at their own 31-yard line, and that's when finally the ground game opened up. Outstanding runs during the drive by Jackson Land, setting the Hawks up, but it was a little bit of trickery as the Hawks on a 2nd and 12 from the 15 of Paoli kicked to Land and then handed off to Colby Lowe, who broke to the right side, untouched into the end zone for Valley's first touchdown of the contest with 50 seconds to go in the half. And then Jackson was able to run it in for the 2-point conversion to tie it up at 8. However, a squib boot set up Paoli in great field position at their own 49. A couple of passes and nice runs later on the final play of the first half. Ian Strange able to sweep right in for the go-ahead score from 4 yards out. The pass for the 2-point conversion was unsuccessful, and that's where we stand now with Paoli up 14-8 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. We'll continue with our halftime report. Next up, my chat with Springs Valley Principal Kyle Nykum. That follows these words. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
welcome you back. We're at halftime of tonight's Springs Valley Paoli football game, and I'm pleased to have as my guest, I seem to be moving up the ladder, going from athletic director to assistant principal. Now we'll have the principal here at Springs Valley High School, Kyle Nykum. And Kyle, first of all, always a pleasure to chat with you. Starting your second full year as principal, so I guess the big question is, compared to where you were last year as you moved into this position, are you kind of ahead of the game right now?
Yeah, we're doing really well as far as the staff and everything. Everybody has just been fantastic this year, starting our school year off. You know, it's always key. I start every year with a goal of just saying if we can have a good first 30 days, you know, the good first month of school, that the rest of the year just falls into place. And we've had an excellent start. We've had great positive attitudes, you know, from our students. Our staff has built a very strong, just positive environment here, you know, within our school. And that's something that everybody should be really proud of, because it's not like that everywhere else. And our staff does a great job of, you know, picking everybody up and stays involved in different ways. And that bleeds over to the students, because then they do that same thing, you know, as far as the different things that we've started this year. You know, we have our academic monitoring program. The students have really grasped onto that. At this time, you know, last year we had a lot more students who had failing grades in classes. So we knew that we had to make an adjustment to get more out of our students. So we started the academic program, which we call AMP, and we started that, and it's just been fantastic. We got kids that are turning in all their assignments. They're getting passing grades. You know, our list as far as students who have Fs in classes is much smaller this year than where we were last year. Beginning of the school year was a little bit rougher this year because we had all the construction going on, you know, with the flooring and everything, and that was mostly elementary. But then we had some updates here with the high school as well. But once we got past that, you know, we just hit the ground running again. And I think it's key that we do that every year, is to make sure that we're constantly making progress and moving forward, because we don't want to stay where we are, you know, in order to survive, you know, with today's technology and the way schools are, everybody's trying to grab kids from everybody. You know, we have to make sure that we're staying ahead as well. And I think that we've done a great job this year of everybody being on board to the new ideas and the new programs and things that we're running. And we've got a lot of great things that we've started.
You and Superintendent Tony Whitaker are kind of the interface with the state. Just talk a little bit about where that is right now, maybe the funding and how that equates to where Springs Valley High School is right now.
Well, funding, that's going to get finalized that second Friday in September. I believe that's September 14th. And that's when we have our count date as far as with all of our students. So we'll have a final answer there as far as, you know, what our student count is. I know here at the high school right now, we've pretty much stayed the same as to where we were last year. We might be plus a couple of students. The elementary, Dr. Apple and I have not talked about that as far as exactly where his numbers were, so I don't want to speculate where those are. But I think that we're going to be pretty close as far as our numbers. Funding really shouldn't be hit just that hard. We shouldn't have to take any dips. You know, a lot of schools that are around, we've heard numbers decreasing even more. And I'm not sure if that, you know, could be because of just online enrollments, homeschooling, whatever the case may be. But, you know, a lot of those students, you know, we graduated 65 students last year, which is a pretty decent class size for us. And for us to remain the same, that means that our numbers are pretty much leveled out. And we really hope that with the new things that we're starting, you know, we have more dual college credit courses available this year. We're going to look to add to that. We have just many different things that we're going to be starting. We've got co-teaching going on this year in classrooms. We're looking to get out and do a lot of observations of other schools who they just simply do. They have better letter grades than us, and that's where we want to get to. So we're doing all those things, and we're going to get everything put together, but we're going in a very positive direction right now. And I know with Mr. Whitaker, he's just been great to work with, you know, as our superintendent, and he's on board, you know, with the ideas and just kind of the direction that we want to go. And he's very supportive with those things, and having a superintendent like that makes a big difference versus, you know, having somebody who just constantly shoots down ideas or doesn't buy into, you know, kind of moving in a certain direction. But we have our entire staff, and everybody is doing that this year, and that's what we got started last year. Last year was a lot of introduction, you know, with me coming in. as a new principal to Springs Valley, but once they saw who I was and what I was about and doing the best that we can academically, for our students, I think that paid off big time, because this year, it's just, again, we just hit the ground running, and it's very hard to explain unless you're just here on a daily basis, seeing kind of where things were, under previous administration and where we are now, and just the change in the climate of our building has just been phenomenal.
Kyle, I picked you for the week of Paoli because of your affiliation. So turning on a more personal note, because of what you did, administration, and you also coached while you were at Paoli, do you miss the interaction with the other administrators, faculties, and even some of the kids?
Yeah, Virginia and I, we have a lot of friends, that were still up there at Paoli, and I know that their school corporation has had a rough go of it, and we just want to make sure that we're there to support our friends, and we wish the best for the students and the administration there. We do hope that they can get on the right track, because that's where they need to be to do the best for their students, and that's all we can do is just be there to support our friends. We hated seeing this last summer when they made the cuts and everything to the teachers, because that was some of our friends who lost their jobs and went out and had to look, in other places, and that just really hurts. So we really hope that they can get things on the right track, and just somebody to give them some guidance. So I think as far as the personal side of it, that's just what we wish, the best for them. But when Virginia and I, she got down here this year, and we got the girls here and everything. So on a personal note, it's just been just unbelievable, just the acceptance that we've had from the community, the school, and just, again, trying to just see that everybody is a part of a team here. And I think that's something that's very important, because if you're not moving all together and moving in a good, positive direction, then you're going to have negative outcomes. And when your outcomes are supposed to be the results of students and their education, that's not good. So we are definitely very proud and happy to be a part, of this community and of this school corporation, because we see a lot of positive things, and that's corporation-wide as far as what they're doing at the elementary, what we're doing here at the junior, senior high school, of just the positivity and the impact that it has on these students, because we know that a lot of times when these students walk into the doors, the only smiling faces that they're going to see come from their teachers and their administrators, and we couldn't have been placed in a better place. I mean, God definitely took care of us by getting us here to Springs Valley.
Always good to feel like a part of the family, I guess. Kyle, we appreciate you spending time. Always a pleasure to chat with you, and continued success in your role here as principal at Springs Valley.
Yep, thanks, Mike. We appreciate everything you guys do, too.
Kyle Nykum, principal at Springs Valley High School, joining us here at halftime. Up next, our senior spotlight. Stevie McNew talks with Cole Cooper. That'll come up right after this timeout.
Campbell's Quick Lube in Paoli does oil changes and a whole lot more, like tires from some of the best names in the business, including Cooper, Michelin, Bridgestone, General, Goodyear, Uniroyal, Kelly, Kumho, and BF Goodrich. Campbell's will also mount and balance your tires with precision care to give you peace of mind on the road. If your vehicle seems a little out of kilter, have it tested on the alignment rack. And if it needs service, Campbell's will take care of it quickly and at very competitive prices. Can't get your car in to have it worked on? No problem. The folks at Campbell's provide free limited pickup service. Your automobile's best friend is Campbell's Quick Lube on Gospel Street in Paoli.
Our Springs Valley halftime report continues now with Senior Spotlight, where we talk with a senior member of the Blackhawks football team and get to know him just a little better. Tonight I'm chatting with quarterback Cole Cooper for the Hawks. Cole, how do you balance playing sports with your academics?
I try to take as much time as I can through the school day and try to buckle down and get my schoolwork done while I'm there so I can have more time afterwards for sports and other activities outside.
What is your favorite part about playing football?
Definitely just being around the guys, and I have some great teammates, and being in the locker room is fun, and getting out and competing with them every day.
What's been your biggest thrill so far about playing football at Springs Valley?
I definitely think freshman year the competitiveness was really high, and it was fun to be around those guys.
Have you made any plans yet on what you'll do after graduation?
Yes, after graduation I plan to attend USI or U of E for mechanical engineering.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
Oh, my family's great. They're They're the ones that hold me together and hold me to a higher standard.
Tell us your favorite food.
Pizza.
Sports team.
The Hoosiers.
Video game.
Don't play video games.
Class.
Pre-Cal.
Teacher.
Mr. Kearns.
Restaurant.
Chicago's.
Hobby.
Hunting.
Car.
The Jeep.
And finally, Cole, what has been your biggest influence?
I definitely think my grandpa or grandma, they're a huge influence on me and keep me wanting to do better.
Thanks, Cole. Good luck on the rest of the year.
Thank you.
And this has been Senior Spotlight, heard at halftime of all Blackhawk football games during the 2018 season. Mike is along next to go over the first half stats as our Springs Valley halftime report continues. Reporting for Q100 Sports, this is Stevie McNew.
It's the summer of Jeep at Bedford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get exclusive deals on new 2018 Jeep Renegades and get up to $5,000 total cash allowance. Take on the roads and discover your journey with comfort and style this summer with a new 2018 Jeep Renegade from Bedford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Check out the Jeep Renegades in stock by visiting drivebedford.com. That's drivebedford.com. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Moments away from getting started with the second half, with Paoli leading 14-8 as they scored on the final play of the first half to retake the lead after Valley scored with just 50 seconds to go in the half, but Valley will get the ball to start this third quarter. Total yardage favoring Paoli, 201 to 83. Paoli's balanced out a little bit better, 144 on the ground on 26 carries. Ty Lawson 4 out of 8 in the passing department. No, is he 8 for 8?
No, 4 out of 8.
4 out of 8. Okay, there we go. Okay, 57 yards. 10 first downs for Paoli, 7 on the ground, 3 through the air. One good thing for if you're Valley's defense, they were 0 for 5 on third down conversions. They were 2 of 3, though, on fourth downs. They had the ball slightly longer than the Hawks, 11-12. To Valley's 10-48. Valley had all 83 of their yards on the ground on 17 carries. Jackson Land 9 carries, 56 yards, leading the way. Colby Lowe 5 carries for 28. Valley picked up 4 first downs, all on the ground. They were 0 for 3 on third down conversions. Did not attempt a fourth down. Neither team turned it over in that first half of play. Paoli penalized 4 times so far for 33 yards. Valley has been flagged twice for 11. 2 punts for Paoli, one by Bosley and one by Carmichael, averaging 37.5 yards per boot. Meanwhile, Cole Cooper is averaging 44 yards per punt, almost 45 on his 3, including a 50-yarder there in that first half of play. All right, just about set to go with the second half. Kevin, I assume this first possession for the Hawks will be a big one.
You would assume correctly. Valley lost their momentum there with that poor or attempted squib kick at the end of the half that gave them a short field, let them score. Rams, are the favorite team. They were a favorite by 21 in this game. Valley played on emotion in the first half. They're going to keep that emotion going in the second half.
And the kick here by Cale Kibler shoots out of bounds on Valley's side, so that'll give the Hawks a chance here. Let's see where the officials mark it. You can do one of 3 things. Penalize them 5 yards, make them re-kick, take it automatically at the 35, or where it went out of bounds. And it looks like where it went out of bounds will be the most favorable here for the Hawks, as they will spot the ball, looks like at the 30... Well, now they're going to, they were going to mark it at the 40. Now they're going to back it up here. Now they're going to move it up. Let's go, guys. What are we doing here? Okay, well, I guess you get to move it up 5 yards from where it went out of bounds. So give Paoli 5 more yards and penalties. Spot the ball at Valley's 43, and let's see if the Hawks can take advantage of that good field position as this third quarter gets underway with Paoli leading Valley 14-8 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard.
Same formation they used to that long drive, landed the slot back as a big threat.
He's got it in motion, gets the call, drives forward, and looks like Valley taking a page out of Mitchell's playbook Hawks still have not thrown a pass tonight, and another good pickup for Jackson. And right now, Kevin, it looks like Valley slightly getting the better of things on that initial charge off the line of scrimmage.
Great philosopher Bud Wilkinson of Oklahoma said 3 things can happen when you pass the football, and 2 of them are bad. So Valley, going with that philosophy, is keeping it on the ground in totality tonight, and they're using that same slot run, a little counter action from right to left with Land to great effect.
But maybe when Paoli least expect it, Valley will go to the air. Again, Land in motion. This time Cooper keeps the football, works his way off the right side, fighting for yardage, able to cross midfield. We'll see where they mark his forward progress. I think he's going to be shy of the first down, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and short here. Looks like he was able to cross midfield, so Hawks back into Paoli territory.
This was the game plan coming in. Try to stay on schedule. Get 3, 4, 5 yards at a time. Get to a lot of 3rd down opportunities, then convert them. Keep the clock running. Valley right there had the counter action with Land coming behind, but they ran the quarterback draw right behind where he had just left to his right side there with a lead blocker in front of the quarterback, Cooper. Got 4 yards. They're 2 yards short.
Actually, they're only a yard short as Jackson Land looks for the first down. He's got it, slips through the hole on the left side, and he's going to be pushed back here by Charlie Meredith. But again, first down yardage as that offensive line for the Hawks getting the job. Another first down for the Hawks as they will spot the ball at the 43, 5-yard gain on the play. Jackson now 11 carries, 65 yards.
It's all behind a big mountain of a man down there. Nick Jones, Mike, 6'1", 280, playing that guard position for Valley, and they're just running right behind him. They run that counter action, get the ball to Land on the move, and when they time it well, it's linking up with Jones, leading him way, zone block action for Valley, blocking right who's in front of him, and then Land's just coming in right behind him. It's just a road grader right there. Jones has been, that they've already found that action there at the last part of the second quarter.
Down to 7 on the play clock, in motion. Low, it's a bad snap, picked up by Cole Cooper, and he will fall on it back into Valley territory, and another costly mistake here, as that is the second bad snap of the game. It'll go back to the 48. That's a loss of 9 yards on the play, and now we'll set up a 2nd down and 19 here for the Hawks.
I think that was on Cooper. I think that snap wasn't that bad. He took his eye off it. I think he was going to run it to the right, and he started looking ahead of his blockers before he secured the snap. Big mistake. Valley now behind the chain, 2nd and 19. This is an area that the Hawks really have struggled in.
Curtis splits wide to the far side. The slots are Low and Land. Dickey in the backfield with Cooper. Handoff goes to Jackson. Slips a couple tackles and will pick up good yardage. He'll get most of the yardage and maybe a yard or 2 plus from what they lost. Again, that left side of Valley's line, Kevin mentioned it, Nick Jones at left tackle, Nate Hamilton at left guard, opening the holes. That got 10 of those 19 yards back, but it'll still set up now a 3rd down and 9.
Valley's doing this basically with one play. It's just that counter run, slot formation, give the ball to Land out of the slot, run behind to the left, and get big yardage. Paoli just can't stop it. Same formation again.
Again, Curtis splits wide to the right. In motion, Land. They get it off to Jackson. This time he's going to be stuffed. That time the Rams smelled it out. Charlie Meredith, along with Ian Strange, able to get to Jackson for a yard loss back to the 43. So to bring up now 4th down and 10.
That was Tyson Line, too. He got penetration right up the gut over the center. Grandstaff blew that play up.
So with 7:45 to go, decision time for Mark Hammond. Do they go for it and risk giving up good field position? Remember, Cole Cooper has been booting the heck out of the football. He could really pin Paoli deep, and it looks like they are going to go ahead and punt the football away.
Play clock coming down. They better hurry.
Down to 3 here on the play clock. Down to 1. They snap it back, and Cole gets it off, and not a good punt this time. It'll spin down at the 25-yard line. So
Paoli got penetration. I think they got a hand on it.
Yeah. So this time only an 18-yard punt. no return. So the Hawks get one first down on that drive, but it stalls out. And now the Rams will take over the football here, 1st and 10 from their own 25 with 7:19 to go here in the third quarter. Paoli leading here in this Orange Bowl, 14-8 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. So again, it is Ty Lawson back out there to lead his charge. Quarterback, fullback Austin Carmichael, slot backs Ian Strange and Timmy Burton, split ends Hobie Bobbitt and Carter Elliott. In motion is Meredith. Lawson hands off. No, he's going to teep the football, trying to get to the outside. The Hawks do a good job of smelling that out. Thanks mainly that time to Cole Cooper, who came up from his defensive back position and was able to hold Lawson to a 5-yard gain, so it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 5.
No huddle for Paoli. They're going to go with the line of scrimmage, try to speed this game up.
And Valley needs to be ready defensively. This time Lawson will go out of the shotgun, takes the snap, has plenty of time, fires it over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. He threw behind. Looked like that was Timmy Burton, the intended receiver, but the pass was thrown low and behind him, so it'll bring up now 3rd down and 5. And again, Blackhawks need to come up with a big defensive play here and force a 3 and out on Paoli's first possession of the third quarter. In motion is Strange. He gets it on the pitch, trying to get to the outside. Able to turn the corner. He's able to pick up the first down. And he's out to about the 37, maybe the 38. I thought I saw maybe a holding out there on Paoli, but the officials didn't see it, so maybe it's just a figment of my imagination. It's a gain of 8 for Ian Strange, and that is enough to move the chains for Paoli, who has Michael Campbell at center, J.D. Beavers, and Nick Padgett at the guards, and Jay Single and Jarrett Coleman at the tackles. From the 38, 1st and 10, out of shotgun. Again, lots of time here for Lawson. He fires it into the flat, and he's got a man wide open at the 42-yard line. That is, I believe, Ian Strange it is. He was wide open about 15 yards downfield, and Lawson hit him right in the numbers, and just like that, Paoli back into Valley territory at the 41. That is a 21-yard pickup on the play.
Rams made the adjustment, going no huddle. They got Valley spread out, and their speed advantage is prevalent here. Valley's got to get some pressure on the quarterback. He's got all day.
He fires it out on the flat, and it's in and out of the hands of Charlie Meredith.
Thankfully, they've dropped a couple of passes
on
this drive. That was open. I've always been worried about Valley's able to stop the spread passing game. They just don't have the sophisticated pass coverages at the high school level that you see at higher levels of football. I think they're vulnerable against the pass that teams do this, but right now, Paoli can't pitch and catch the football, hurry themselves with mistakes. 2nd down and 10.
All at the 41 of Valley.
More back to the run and shoot look here.
Lawson up under center. Hands up, big hole, Ian Strange up the middle. 30, 25, 20, and all the way down to the 15. So just as Paoli goes to the air a couple of times, they run it right up the gut, and Ian Strange, a humongous hole as he burst through for 26 yards all the way down to the Valley 15, and the Rams are knocking on the door.
And the no huddle is hurting our big kids, Mike. Valley trying to sub a little bit, get some fresh bodies in there, but they're struggling to do it. Valley's going to have to, I think, maybe burn a timeout here. Well, I wish we're going to let them sub, but we're wearing out. The no huddle's working for Paoli.
Back to throw is Lawson, rolling to his right, looking, fires it downfield, and the pass is incomplete. Not a good throw there. Bobbitt, the intended receiver, down at about the 5-yard line. So to bring up now 2nd down and 10.
Lawson's inability to stop and set his feet and deliver the ball accurately on the run has hurt Paoli. They've got that rollout, spread out passing game as part of their game plan all night long, but they haven't converted many of them. He's thrown behind a lot of receivers.
Valley has Colton Reynolds and Nick Jones, the tackles. Caleb McCracken, Adrian Markler, Ammon Acuff, Justin Shipman, the inside line. Carmichael carrying the football, and he finds minimal yards here as he bursts it up the middle. Maybe gets 2 yards down to the 13, where now we'll set up a 3rd down and 8 for the Rams. 5:10 to go, third quarter. Paoli 14, Springs Valley 8 on the Fast Eddie's scoreboard. All the scoring has been in the first half. Valley got one first down on their initial drive. Paoli, this is their first drive of the third quarter. Lawson up under center. Carmichael in the backfield. Back to throw is Lawson. Big rush. Fires it into the end zone. And the pass. Oh, it is somehow caught by Timmy Burton for the touchdown. Colton Dickey was over there. It looked like he was drawing a beat on the ball, and somehow it went right through his hands. And a good concentration on the part of Timmy Burton, who hauls it in for the score. And Paoli has gone up now 20-8 with 4:46 to go, third quarter.
Well, a good job of moving the football by Paoli. They convert it into 6.
And on to attempt the extra point, Dawson Long, and he is perfect with the extra point. And the Rams cash in on their first possession of the third quarter. 4:46 to go, third quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's now Paoli 21, Springs Valley 8. Back with more Blackhawks football in this Orange Bowl right after this.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your low-value dealer in West Baden, gives to the term complete car. It's got the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 3 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating over 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care. See them on the boulevard in West Baden or visit rollingtireandauto.com.
This is Springs Valley senior lineman Colton Reynolds, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
After the Paoli touchdown, Jackson Land gets it, slopes a seam up the near side, breaks the tackle, 30, 35, 40, 45, and all the way up to midfield nearly. What a run again by Jackson Land, who has really come into his own here in this ball game. Took it at about the 17-yard line. Looked like he didn't have much running room here on the near side, but made a couple of deep, slipped through a tackle, and is able to get the ball to midfield. And now Valley 2 score down here. Still plenty of time. 4:39 to go, third quarter, but at midfield.
Can't arm tackle Jackson Land. He's able to spin out of those and use his speed. Good burst. Made something out of not much there, and we got the ball at midfield. Need to score real bad.
Double slot. Cooper sets the team, fakes, rolls to his right, looks like he's going to throw the football, fires it downfield, and it's through the hands of, I think that is Jordan Curtis, the intended receiver, or is it Colton Dickey?
Inside a 9 route, you might call it. Then we have the tight end dragging across. His arm he's holding it down by his side, and they're going to take him out game.
First pass of the game right there for the Hawks. It's incomplete, second down and 10 from midfield. Now Drake Terry in there at receiver on the near side. Cooper in there at quarterback. Low in motion. Handoff to Colby. Tries the right side. Turns it upfield and will pick up 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. So Valley have been using the left side. This time they try the right side of the line. They'll get 4 to the 46. And now we'll set up a 3rd down and 6. That was the 6th carry of the game for Colby for 32 yards.
Well, you're to the point. Now you're across midfield. You're down 2 scores. Getting late in the third quarter. I think this is 4-down territory for Coach Hammond, I would suspect. Knowing that, you don't have to get everything on this play. You can kind of run up the middle, run your best stuff, and live to fight another day on 4th down if you need to. Same formation they scored the touchdown on, Mike.
Low in motion. Inside handoff goes off to Jackson Land, looking for first down yardage. He's going to be very close. He was pulled back at the last second. I don't think he got it, but we'll see here. It depends on where the officials mark the football. We may have a measurement here.
Similar action as what they ran the touchdown on, but they ran the counter play back to the strong side, to the receiver side, so they could run it behind their big guys up front. What they wanted to do and had so much damage. They got Land there with it heading downhill. He's close. Didn't quite get it. It's 4th and about a foot.
4th down. Obviously, Valley's going to go for it. Down 13. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Cooper again out of that pistol formation. See if Valley can get the charge. It goes to Cooper, and he's got the first down as he works his way off the right side down to about the 38-yard line, and that'll be enough for the Hawks to move the chain.
That's what what you want to do. Get the quarterback run game going a little bit. Give you an extra blocker up inside. They had Land come around, so Paoli's defense had to follow him. That removed a player out of the box for Paoli, and then they used the quarterback, Cooper, to just follow it up in there and blast it over the right side. Not going to get a big yardage out of it, but enough to get a foot and a little bit more. First down, Valley.
Ball at the 38 on the 3-yard gain. Fresh set of downs now for the Hawks. Jordan Curtis still on the sideline being tended to here. Cooper out of that pistol formation, sends low in motion, and Colby's going to be tripped up here. Great job by Timmy Burton to burst through on that left side, and he is able to nail Colby for a loss back to the 40, a 2-yard loss. It'll bring up second down and 12.
Well, they've seen that play about 24 times, a little counter action. This time they ran it to the right, though. And Burton, as you call, got up inside the interior of the Valley offensive line, shot the gap a little bit, able to blow that play up, force it back inside, and ended up making the tackle himself. Loss of a yard, makes it second down and 11.
2 minutes to go, third quarter, 21-8 in favor of the visitors, Paoli. Cooper sends Land in motion. Hand off to Jackson. Slips through a hole. Still on his feet, driving forward. Will pick up 5, maybe 6 yards on the plays. Inside the 35 to about the 34. They need to get to the 28 to pick up a first down. So credit Jackson with a 6-yard gain. He's now up to 86 yards on 14 carries. And Valley obviously in 4-down territory, now looking at a third down and 6.
Hawks doing exactly what they had to do to have a chance to win, shortening the game by having long, time-consuming possessions. This drive has lasted almost to the end of the quarter, and it's still going on.
Right.
This is exactly what we had to do.
3.5 minutes now. All right, third and 6. Again, Terry splits wide to the far side. Land in motion. Ball snapped back to Colton Dickey, and Dickey running his way off the right side will pick up about 4 yards. He'll still be shy of the first down. So it'll bring up fourth down for Valley. They'll spot it right at the 30, so a gain of 4 for Colton. Believe it or not, that's his first carry of the night.
Direct snap to him. They think the same counter action. They tried to catch Paoli guessing, trying to look for Land on that counter, tried to catch it up and running people up behind him. Dickey got some yardage, but not what they needed. It's 4th and 4.
So they say his knee touch back at the 31. So fourth down and a short 3 here. Hawks trying to keep the drive alive. They're down by 13. In motion is Land. Breaks to the outside, slips a tackle. 30, 25, still on his feet. 20, 15, and finally run out of bounds. They'll spot it at the 15-yard line, and again, just sheer perseverance on the part of Jackson Land. It looked like they may have stopped him just shy of the line to gain, but he refused to go down. He'll pick up 16 huge yards as he goes over the 100-yard rushing mark on the contest for the first time in his career. More importantly, the Hawks knocking at the door. They've got a 1st and 10 at the Paoli 15-yard line.
Oh, Jackson's going to be tired tomorrow, Mama. No mowing the grass, no chores for him. He's going to have to rest up, but he's carrying Springs Valley on his back right now.
As Chuck Akers used to say, Mrs. Land, let him sleep in. On the inside handoff, this time Colby Lowe isn't going to find much running room. He may have gotten perhaps a yard, maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. The Rams smelling that one out. Let's call it no gain on the play. It'll set up now a second down and 10 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. Hawks fighting to get back to within a score. They are hanging tough with a mighty 12th ranked in 2A Paoli Rams. That's the end of the third quarter with a score. Paoli 21, Springs Valley 8 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Back for the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
With Kevin Terrell, Mike Hamilton at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, the 58th Orange Bowl at Dandy. We start the fourth quarter with Paoli up 21-8 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, but the Hawks knocking on the door. They've got a 2nd and 10 at the Ram 15-yard line.
Got an outside release here on the perimeter if Valley wants to try to throw it.
On the keeper, here is Cole Cooper looking for running room. Isn't going to find a whole lot. Off the left side, pounds his way down to about the 12 as he took the snap and ran with it. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for Valley.
I realize Valley's only made one pass attempt all night, but they have an inside technique rather, for Paoli on the outside. Drake Terry has an easy outside release when the big field to work for him as the ball's on the left hash. You could throw a fade that side of the field and Drake would be wide open. All you'd have to do is just convert it. Paoli's practically daring you to try that.
Down to 5 on the play clock. Valley up to the line, out of the pistol. Here is Cooper dropping back to throw. He's in trouble. He is hit, and he's horse-collared. Yes, indeed. Good call by the official there. As in to make the hit was Zane Anderson, and they aren't going to call the horse collar here on Paoli. Good call as they drug Zach down. Anderson got a hand inside the shoulder pads, and I don't think that's going to give Valley an automatic first down, but at least will give them 3rd down over, and will move the ball a lot closer.
Well, the coaches saw what I saw. They had an outside release set up, so they went ahead and ran the sluggo, Mike. They ran the slant and go. He attacked him inside, made him back up, move his feet, and then he just pivoted and ran to the pylon. He was open, but Cole just couldn't pull the trigger. Maybe the ball's wet, just didn't feel comfortable throwing it after only just one attempt, so he held on to it. Eventually the pressure got to him as he couldn't escape it. But Valley with a huge break there as Paoli ends up with the personal foul penalty. They're going to mark the ball right around the 11.
Yep, so it'll be basically an 11-yard penalty. It's marked from the spot. So it'll be 3rd down over again, and they actually only pick up 1 yard on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 now at the 11-yard line.
Same defense for Paoli, the inside coverage or inside leverage. You have the fade to the pylon if you want to throw it.
Here we go. On 3rd down, land in motion. It goes to Jackson. Oh, he fumbles the football. Picked up at the 25-yard line. And down goes, I think that is Charlie Meredith that comes up with the football, and the Rams make a huge play as the Hawks commit yet another big goof.
Knew it was going to be a battle of turnovers throughout the night. Valley just couldn't afford to make a mistake like that.
It was Carter Elliott that actually picked the football up, as it looked like it was a bad exchange between Cooper and Land, and then it may have gone off a knee pad of Jackson, but shot back about 10 or 15 yards, and there was nothing but white shirts there, as Elliott picked it up and returned it all the way out to the 41, and boy, that is just a killer here for the Hawks.
It's really been 3 or 4 big plays that have been the difference in the game, and they've all went Paoli's way.
Yeah.
Valley's going to look at this tape tomorrow. If they don't win it, really feel bad about it.
Here's the pitch to Meredith, trying to turn the corner. Has running room off the right side. He fumbles the football, and it's going to go out of bounds. Big break again for the Rams as Meredith coughed it up. Jordan Curtis, who's back in there, that's a good sign. Tried to get the ball before it went out of bounds, but could not. And instead, they're going to mark it where the ball was fumbled out of bounds all the way to the Valley 39-yard line. So that's a 20-yard gain on the play for Charlie Meredith. And all of a sudden now, the Rams starting to control things here on the offensive side.
Already down 2 scores. Valley is in a world of pain right here defensively. They need to create a turnover just like Paoli did to get the ball back.
Meredith in motion, handoff Baker, straight ahead running as he will find big yardage down to about the 30-yard line. And we're kind of seeing again here, Kevin, what happened to Valley last week. They just defensively kind of ran out of steam with the running of Brandon Brazel, and now it looks like Paoli just steamrolling right over the Hawks here. They'll spot this at the 31-yard line, so that'll be a pickup of 7 on the play. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 3, and a score here by the Rams would really make it tough for the Hawks.
Now the Rams are doing what we've been doing. There's a penalty flag coming in from the side judge. That might have been an illegal substitution. We'll see what the officials sort out, but now they're running the clock.
Maybe a sideline warning. I think the Ram coaching staff still a little upset on that horse collar, as we saw them across the way kind of shrugging as if to say, how could you call that? But I think we've got it's just going to be a sideline warning on Paoli. So it'll stay 2nd down. We'll call it 2. The ball actually close to the 30-yard line. Lawson sets his team and keeps the football, turns it upfield. He's got a big hole, and he's off to the races. 10-5 touchdown Paoli. And now the Rams are totally in command of this football game with 9:57 to go in this contest.
Well, they faked the dive play, and Lawson pulled it and kept it. He has not been a particularly big factor throughout the game. He only had 10 yards carrying there, but he just got 30 on that pump, and he got a big touchdown, and that's going to put Paoli in firm control.
27-8 now with 9:57 to go. And Long on to attempt the extra point. That was a 30-yard run. Meredith the hold, and the snap, not a good one. Meredith tried to put it on the tee, didn't get it, and Long just kicked that one into the line. So the extra point no good, but the Rams now have a firm hold on things, and Valley really has their work cut out for them. 9:57 to go, 4th quarter on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Now 27-8 in favor of the Rams. Back with more Valley football right after this.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is Springs Valley senior linebacker Drake Terry. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Blackhawks football.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, peas, and breadsticks and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. For carry out, 936-2962. And again, we're so indebted to our good friends at Chicago's for providing the Q100 sports staff with another terrific Chicago's Pizza, and gobbled up quickly by our 2 sports interns.
But to their credit, they did bring it to the stadium where I could have a piece, which normally does not happen. So good job by the interns.
Kibler kicks off, fielded at the 10-yard line by Jackson Land, slips through a seam, gets it out over the 25 and up to about the 28-yard line. So the Hawks really now definitely have no room for error. They've got to find a way to march this down and try to get a score here if they want to stay in it. They're down by 19 now. Still plenty of time. 9 minutes and 49 seconds of playing time remaining.
This is not our strong suit, though, having to score with big chunk plays. We have to create some somehow.
Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. 1st and 10, Cooper out of the pistol, fakes, now turns it upfield, slips a tackle, we got a penalty flag down, there goes Cooper, a terrific run, crosses midfield to the 45, and down to the 40-yard line, and it's coming back. We're going to, they're going to call holding here on Paoli.
Yeah, they
held break there.
They held Drake Terry. That was a little option play. You see the University of Auburn run that a little bit, Mike. They're actually running an option play with the quarterback runner, a chance to throw the streak pattern. They had Terry going long. Paoli was beaten. He grabbed him right there, and that's why Cooper went ahead and kept the football and had a good burst of speed to get down midfield. Good creative play call. I told them to start the drive, we had to get creative with our offense and try to create a chunk play. We just did one right there.
Yeah.
We flipped field position. Big gain for the Hawks on 1st down.
33 yards to the Paoli 37-yard line.
I think Paoli's vulnerable to the pass if the Hawks can continue to take advantage of this single zero coverage on the outside.
And off the Jackson land. Fakes, trying to get to the outside, able to turn the corner, and will pick up 4, maybe 5 yards. He's inside the 35, so again, Jackson with his speed, able to elude a loss there, and picks up, they'll spot it, looks like at the 32, so give Jackson a 5-yard gain. He actually went back under 100 yards after that fumble loss. But with that 5-yard gain, he's back to 17 carries for 95 yards. And
Hawks taking a ton of time in between plays. We're going to have to hurry it up a little bit. Down 3 scores, clock under 9 minutes.
Right. Cooper out of the pistol. Man in motion, back to throw is Cole. He's going long for Land, and he's going to overthrow him down at about the 15-yard line.
It was there. They had him coming across the formation. Man coverage with no help for Paoli all night long as they've tried to stop the Valley run. Hawks have taken a couple of cracks at it. That was open. It would have been 6 had they been able to complete it. Couldn't quite get it done. And now it's 3rd down.
Go Blackhawks and go to Dairy Queen of Springs Valley for the DQ Reese Outrageous. It's the August Blizzard of the month, and remember you get $5 off DQ frozen cakes in the display case every Monday at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Down to 10 here on the play clock. Valley just getting Cooper to the huddle here. They're going to have to burn a timeout here as down to 1 on the play clock, and they do. Valley tried to snap it, but Mark Hammond saw it was winding down, and he is going to have to burn a timeout. When you need a break, a time to just relax and unwind, call for your appointment with Reeser Chiropractic's board-certified massage therapist and let them get you back into shape. But if it's not sore muscles, you'll want to see Dr. Lolita. She has your back. For your appointment, call the Reeser Chiropractic Center in Paoli, 723-2277. Breaking the action, 8:32 left, final quarter, 27-8 Rams on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. We'll continue with more Valley football right after this.
Springs Valley's mobile banking app is easy peasy. Easily review your balances, deposit checks, and even check your credit score on Springs Valley's app. With Springs Valley's mobile app, you will receive your credit report, monitoring, and alerts. Plus, you have access to loan offers and financial educational tools. At Springs Valley Bank and Trust, we make it easy peasy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Hawks taking too much time. Had to burn a timeout. They have 2 left in the half. Right now looking at 3rd and 5 at the Paoli 32. In motion is Curtis. He stops. Handoff goes to Cole Cooper looking for first down yardage. He's got it. As they had Jordan move right into the middle, and he provided the lead blocking there as Cole Cooper ran behind him, and he burst his way down to the 20-yard line, a 12-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st and 10 now for Valley at the 20. 12-yard gain on the play, and Cole Cooper's yardage starting to amass. That's his 8th carry now for 55 yards.
The quarterback lead play, they just direct snap it to Cooper, and they just run behind him. No fakes, no anything. They just popped it up inside, a little bit more of a quick hitting running play. Knocked Paoli off the ball a little bit, got a good movement, got a first down.
Now Land in motion, and Cooper's going to keep it again. Works his way down close to the 15-yard line. Good that the Hawks are getting good yardage. That'll get 5 yards down to the 15, but it's also eating up precious time on the clock, which Valley needs to score 3 times to win this football game. So Valley looking at a 2nd and 5. Not impossible, but we're down to 7.5 minutes remaining in this contest.
We don't seem to have a way to go no huddle. The quarterback comes and gets the play calls directly from the coach on the sideline.
That goes back many, many years.
Oh, I know, and that makes it tough, though, when you're behind late in the game. You don't have any mechanism to get the plays in quicker.
Ball snap back to Colton Dickey this time, and Colton driving forward. He'll be shy of the first down, I believe, but he'll be close. Now the officials are going to stop the clock. It may be actually close enough. They gave him a very favorable spot here.
First down.
Yeah, they are going to say first down. I thought they stopped him just short, but the officials say no. And I think the ball outside the 10. Apparently it is. They're setting the chain, so watch what you hate. I mean, you really needed to get it down to the 10, but the ball is officially at the 11-yard line because you can technically pick up a first down without scoring, so that will go basically as a 4-yard run there for Colton Dickey. But Valley will take it. 1st and 10 now at the 11. And
a direct snap.
It is a direct snap again back to Colton. And Dickey able to fight for a couple of yards down to about the 7-yard line, I believe. So we'll call that a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 6.
And you fake the quarterback lead and you snap it directly to the wingman and try to run him X across the formation. In around the left side, worked somewhat, got 5 yards out of it.
Now you're this close, Kevin. You just gotta find a way to put it in the end zone. Here's Lamb back in there, quarterback. Runs off the right side, cuts it upfield, fighting for yardage. He's inside the 5 and down to about the 2-yard line.
Got to hurry it up, fellas. We're under 6 minutes now.
So it'll bring up now a 3rd down and a long. Well, now they're going to say his knee cuts back at about the 3. So give him a 4-yard pickup on the play. So he's a yard shy of 100 yards. It'll bring up now 3rd down and 2. They can still conceivably pick up a first down without scoring. 5.5 minutes left, 27-8 Paoli. Land back in there at quarterback. That's Curtis in motion, takes the snap. Tries to break to the outside. It's a foot race. He dives forward. Does he get in? No. But he may be close enough to get the first down. It is just outside the goal line, and I think they are going to say it will be enough for the first down. No indication by the officials. And are they going to bring the chains out or not?
I'm going to say yes. From where they're at now, he put his fist up, just called it short.
I'm going to say about half the length of the football. So it is 4th down. And less than the length of the football for the first down. I think Mark Hammond is saying, let's go ahead and measure it anyway, just to be sure.
And that's what they're indeed going to do. He requested it from the officials, and the officials have granted that request. And it, in effect, gives Valley a free timeout.
You bet. A Labor Weekend picnic, boat trip, or family get-together just isn't the same without Charlie Biggs Chicken from Riley's Marathon in Orleans. Call ahead at 865-3488 and be sure to pick up all your other supplies, too, including soft drinks, ice, and quality Marathon gas. Start all your outings with a visit to Riley's Marathon in downtown Orleans. They stretch the chains out and set it down. Boy, they're taking a long time here. They are really paring down. And, it is a first down. Yes, indeed. Boy, the officials really took their time deciding, and now they say it is indeed a first down. So it'll be first and goal now for the one, from the one. So tack on an extra yard for Mr. Land. He's now up to 19 carries and 101 yards. More importantly, the Hawks have 4 cracks to punch it into the end zone.
This is likely going to be the quarterback direct snap. Get that extra blocker in there and pound it in there, but we need to hurry. You don't want to waste 2 or 3 plays here. The clock's going to run, and if you really have any chance of getting it, you're going to have to get 2 more possessions after this one, so Valley needs to show some urgency.
All right, this time Land up under center. Sets his team, puts a man in motion, takes the snap, dives forward, and he's in! Touchdown, Springs Valley! Jackson Land diving it in. That is the first time this year that the Hawks have taken a snap from under center, and what an opportune time to do it as Jackson plows his way in from a yard out, and the Hawks, for the first time this year, have multiple touchdowns in the game, and now they'll undoubtedly go for the 2-point conversion, as the score now is 27-14 with 4:58 remaining in this football game.
That doesn't sound like a big deal, Mike, to score 2 touchdowns in the game, but we've done that just 3 times in the last 10 years against Paoli. Put 2 scoring drives together, so at least we've got that feather under our cap. See if we can convert the 2-pointer.
Here is Land.
Wide
He's going to throw it into the end zone to a wide open Ammon Acuff for the 2-point conversion. Oh, the Rams thought Rudd and Ammon on the right side of the line just slipped out, and there wasn't a Ram defender within 10 yards of him. Cole just lobbed it up there. Ammon caught it for the 2-point conversion, and the Hawks within 11. Timeout on the field, 4:58 left. It's now the Rams 27, the Blackhawks 16. Back with more Valley football after this short break.
Attention cord cutters. Have you switched to streaming TV services only to discover your internet speed isn't cutting it? Make your streaming TV experience seamless with Smithville's Fiber Internet, the best for streaming TV, movies, videos, and more. Smithville Fiber is prepared for today's technology as well as whatever tomorrow brings. Be more than a cord cutter. Be on the cutting edge of internet. Visit switchtosmithville.com today to learn more or call us at 800-742-4084.
This is Springs Valley Senior wide receiver Jackson Land. Your power station for Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
While we have this opportunity, let's pause quickly 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
Catch all the action of Blackhawk and IU sports on the Sports Voice of the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
A vintage Valley drive as the Hawks go 70 yards in 10 plays, needing 5 minutes to do it. 1 yard Jackson Land run. Now it is Josh Punturi that'll kick off, fielded at the 21-yard line. Grabbing the football is Kevin Thoth, and he is buried back at about the 23-yard line. And I think that was the kicker, Josh Punturi, that got down there and smothered him. Wow.
Speedy kickers here in the Valley, and Venturi kicked it deep. I thought Valley might try to onside kick that, try to get the ball back, but they tried to kick it long over the top. I think of the Paoli coverage team. It didn't work, didn't kick it quite as far, but they didn't get any on the return, and they'll have the ball in the 24. Valley is going to create a turnover somehow. 1 or 2 first downs for the Rams, and this game is all but over.
Right. Ty Lawson up under center. Carmichael, the quarterback. The pitch to Burton on the sweep, trying to turn the corner. He's got big running room, and he's able to slip a couple of tackles, and he's run out of bounds. But again, the sweep has worked all night for Paoli. Their speed has been better than Valley's, and they've been able to get to the outside, and they've turned them into some big gains. They'll spot this ball all the way up at the 45, a 21-yard gain for Burton. And another Paoli first down, and Valley can't afford too many more of those.
You called it right. Their ability to get on the edge, Valley's inability to have those run fits and turn people back inside to the pursuit has been Paoli's best play. They're going to run it again to the left.
All right, and this is Ian Strange carrying the football. He got some good yardage, another first down, but I think this one's coming back because we've got a holding call here on Paoli.
And a sweep again, this time Strange around left end. Yeah. He got big yardage, about 6 or 7, but it's going to get backed up.
There's been one area for the Rams that has not been strong. It's been their penalties. That is their 7th now for 59 yards. Ball back to the 41-yard line. So it'll bring up now a first down and 14. In motion is Burton. He gets it on the pitch, trying to get to the outside. Boy, it looked like another hold, but again, Burton able to turn the corner. He'll get first down yardage again. Well, you'd think Valley with their ends or with their corners would spread out a little bit more, anticipate that perhaps. But again, just too much speed on the part of Paoli, and Burton able to carry it all the way down to the 43-yard line. That's a 16-yard gain on the play, so that pretty well negates the holding. And the Rams get a fresh set of downs now as they can run some more time off the clock, leading 27-16. He did get out of bounds, so the clock stopped right now with 4:21 remaining.
Anytime you run to the outside, your outside people are blocking well. Elliott and Bob are getting the job done from the perimeter for Paoli.
This time I believe that is Carmichael carrying the football. It is Austin Carmichael. He hadn't carried much, but he does pick up about 3 yards on the play to the 40. It'll bring up a second down and 7. Interesting, Paoli going with the no huddle, even though time is on their side. And the ball pitched back now to Charlie Meredith. Another flag is down.
That was a block in the back. That time,
Charlie Meredith run out of bounds.
Bobbitt, we just bragged on him about his blocking, but that time he came in and put the block in the back, right in front of the Valley bench and right in front of the official.
Well, the Rams giving Valley all sorts of chances here. They're just not taking advantage. Let's see where this penalty sets them back. Make that 69 yards now in penalties. Ball back to the 46-yard line. It'll bring up now a second down and 13. Again, Rams right back up to the line of scrimmage. In motion is Burton. And Lawson keeps the football, breaks a couple of tackles. He's gone, and he's off to the races. He'll score again. The ball deception working well, and Paoli has wrapped up this 58th Orange Bowl as Ty Lawson, his second touchdown here in the second half of play. And again, just too much speed and deception. The Hawks worn down quite a bit, and it's now 33-16 with just 3:38 remaining. 46-yard run for Ty Lawson, who over his career, well, I'd just say Valley will certainly be sending him all sorts of parting gifts when he graduates. All right, Long on to attempt the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up. It looks good. It is good. And the Rams are well on their way to another victory here in the Orange Bowl. This will make 6 straight wins for Valley here on this field. 3:38 left on the Fast Steady scoreboard. Paoli 34, Springs Valley 16. Back with more Blackhawks football right after this.
A salute to the Blackhawks from Tony Robbins and the construction crew at TRC Construction in French Lick for concrete work, land clearing, and site work, driveways, foundations, patios, and sidewalks. Call TRC Construction 653-7007.
For Valley Marathon, this is Eric Elkins, manager, inviting you to try our new Cadillac coffee with 9 creamer flavors and a dozen flavor shots. It's not expensive, just $1 for a 12-ounce cup of delicious coffee. Sign up for a Jones Reward card and for gas discounts at Valley Marathon, 936-9999.
This is Springs Valley senior lineman Justin Haley. Your powered station for Blackhawks sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Possession for the Rams with the score. They They ended the first half with one, and they have scored on all three of their possessions here, and they have taken very little time to do it as well. This time, 4 plays for 76 yards in just a minute and 20. Squib boot picked up by Colby Lowe at the 15. Up the middle of the field, breaks to the near side, to the 20, 25, 30. And he'll get it up almost to the 40-yard line before he is brought down on the play. Again, Kevin, hard to say, and we'll get the input from Coach Mark Hammond after the ball game. But again, it looks like the Hawks wearing down a little bit. They gave up 3 second-half scores to Mitchell last week, and now the Rams have tallied 3 times here since intermission.
Yeah, a little lack of depth, a little bit. Valley doing a lot of guys playing both ways, too. 7 of the 11 play on both ends. That's a little bit of a problem. Too. That's true. But maybe a little bit better conditioning, a little bit better quality of athlete for the Rams.
20 seniors for the Rams.
And then Paoli going no huddle at the end of the first half. They discovered something. They could hurt the Hawks by going up tempo, and it's definitely worked this second half.
To throw on first down, fires over the middle, and that is caught. And Drake Terry able to make the reception near first down yardage at the 48. So the Hawks finally complete their first pass of the game as they go to Drake Terry. And we'll see here as the officials look to decide whether or not it is enough for the first down. It's right in front of us. It looks like it is.
Well, they're really eyeballing it.
Now they're going to bring the chains out. I think they are for a minute.
I think you have to look. If you have to look for more than a second, and you can't tell, bring them across. So that's what will happen.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99. At Chicago's Pizza in French Lick for carryout, 936-2962. I'd say he's got it. And pull it straight, guys. And yes, indeed, he does have the first down.
I actually probably know the answer to this. Who are the Valley Chain Gang down there?
Maybe I don't.
You don't, yeah.
Too far away for me to see. My eyes aren't that good.
One of my longtime teachers, Tom Webb, who's since departed our earth, unfortunately, was a longtime chain man. Bedford North Lawrence High School for years and years. We miss Coach Webb.
From the 48, first and 10, low in motion. Back to throw is Cooper. Fires the pass. Little screen pass over here on the near side intended for Drake Terry, but the pass low. Incomplete as bring up now a second down and 10.
Valley not the team to be able to do it, but I think the Rams are vulnerable to a sophisticated passing attack. I don't think their coverages in the back end can stand up against a team that can spread it out and throw 3, 4, 5 wide receivers out there. Interesting to see if Paoli will ever run into a team with a more sophisticated passing attack, how they'll deal with that.
Second and 10, 3:11 to go, 34-16. Rams. Cooper out of the pistol, sends Curtis in motion. Cole back to throw, fires it down the middle. He's got him in. That's Jackson Land at the 30-yard line. Good job by Cole Cooper to thread the needle there around 3 Paoli defenders.
Rams tried to hide their coverage there. They showed a 2-deep shell and then rotated out of it to a single high safety. Valley didn't adjust it at all, but they had vertical routes to go against that. And against that single high safety look, he's able to split it in there.
23-yard gain on the play. First and 10 now for the Rams, or rather for the Blackhawks at the Paoli 29. In motion, Curtis. Back to throw, Cole. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. He's hit, and now down he goes. There's the sack that Paoli wanted, that Valley didn't. As that time Cole didn't have a whole lot of time to release the football. He'll go back at the 37. That'll be a loss of 8, second down, and 18.
Valley's receivers didn't really burst off the line there with much going. They had 6 people in. Valley trying to pass against a defense that knows it's passing now. It's 60-50 backs in there. It's a little bit more speed in the defensive backfield than Paoli typically plays with. Able to smother us.
Terry splits wide to the near side. Getting out of the pistol. Cooper sends Curtis in motion to the near side. Cole back to throw. Big rush again. Gets out of it. Looks. Shovels it off now to Colton Dickey. He's got some running room. 35-30 and down to about the 25-yard line.
Hit the check down right there on the left flat. Paoli not covering that. Same shift that they've shown a couple of different times. Rams have taken, or the Hawks rather, have taken advantage against that. All the holes in that zone. If you just avoid the rushers, there's open people downfield.
And now we're going to get a timeout call by the Hawks here. 12-yard gain on that little shovel pass by Cole Cooper. So the Hawks looking at a 3rd down and 6 out of the timeout. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. With 1:33 left, Hawks trail 34-16 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Back with more after this 30-second timeout.
For the Orange County Community Foundation, this is Imogene Dedrick, Executive Director, thanking each of you who make it possible for the foundation to give over $287,000 this year for charitable purposes. Most of those funds went to designated funds and scholarships, which enrich our county through higher education. Thank you for your help in making the grants possible as we work together to increase opportunities in the future. To help others, call us at 723-4150 or visit us at orangecountymcommunityfoundation.org. For good, forever, for Orange County.
Go Blackhawks and go to Dairy Queen of Springs Valley for the DQ Reese Outrageous. It's the August Blizzard of the month, and remember you get $5 off DQ frozen cakes in the display case every Monday at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Big play for the Hawks here. They're looking at a 3rd down and 6 now from the 25-yard line of Paoli. Trailing by 18, but only 93 seconds remaining on the clock. Out of a pistol, back to throw is Cooper. Looks, he's hit, and down he goes again.
Major pressure up the middle.
Yeah.
No chance for him to set his feet and look at people. We had people open, I think, but no time to throw the football.
Yep. And
I didn't see who got in there for the sack. It might have been...
I think it might have been...
Was that Livingston?
Might have been Dawson Long. At any rate, the ball all the way back to the 33. It's a loss of 8, so now it is 4th down and 14 here for the Hawks. And their last gasp here as we tick inside a minute remaining in this football game.
Too deep look. They're expecting pass. Land's open in the spot.
Back to throw. Big rush. Fires it over the middle. The pass. In and out of the hands of Drake Terry.
Well, that was the right route combination against that defense. We motioned out. Jackson Land out of the backfield into the route. Paoli didn't cover him, so it was one person to cover 2. He went with Land. He went long. We had the inside route. It was Drake Terry. He was wide open. He would have ran it all the way inside the 10 and maybe scored, but the ball just didn't convert it. Ball thrown low. He went down to try to get it, batted it up in the air, and it bounces to the turf. And this ball game is 1 knee away from being over.
36 seconds left. Rams in victory formation. Ty Lawson will take a knee, and the Orange Bowl trophy will stay in the county seat. That will do it. The Rams will not have to snap the football again. And for the 3rd straight year and the 6th straight time on this field, the Rams will emerge victorious, and they will pull a little bit closer in the overall series. 32-26 going, or 32-25 going in. Now 32-26. But the good news is, again, for major stretches of this football game, this Black Hawk Ball Club very competitive with a very good Paoli team. In fact, for a team that went all the way to the sectional final last year, in talking with Jeremy Lowry, the Rams head coach, he said they are a lot better at this time than they were a year ago. So let's hope that bodes well. It won't take the sting off of the loss for the Blackhawks here tonight, especially for the seniors who wanted to go out with a win over their county and conference rivals, but they'll have to head back to the drawing board and get ready for another team that they have struggled with, a team that they, like Paoli, have not beaten, period, since the 2006 football season, that being the West Washington Senators. So the Paoli Rams come in and they stay undefeated on the year. The Blackhawks are winless now at 0-3. This was Paoli's first conference game of the year. Meanwhile, for Valley, they will get ready for their third straight PLAC opponent next Friday night when the West Washington Senators come to town. A Labor Weekend picnic, boat trip, or family get-together just isn't the same without Charlie Biggs Chicken from Riley's Marathon in Orleans. Call ahead at 865-3488. Be sure to pick up all your other supplies, too, including soft drinks, ice, and quality Marathon gas. Start all your outings with a visit to Riley's Marathon in downtown Orleans. Well, Valley fans should be proud of their Blackhawks. They hung tough. They just made a few too many mistakes here tonight, and against a team the caliber of Paoli, you just can't do that. The Rams were able to cash in on those opportunities, and they will keep the Orange Bowl trophy in Paoli. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening from the Hawks Nest in French Lick in the 58th Orange Bowl on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The Paoli Rams 34, the Springs Valley Blackhawks 16. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see. But are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today. Or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
The weather may be unpredictable, but a meal at the Superburger is always the perfect forecast. You know the Superburger for all their delicious locally raised grass-fed beef burgers. But did you know the Superburger has an ultimate grilled cheese and homemade tomato soup for those cold and rainy days, along with delicious bread bowls filled with chili, cheesy potato, veggie beef, cheddar broccoli, or chicken noodle. For dessert, try their warm homemade cobblers with a scoop of ice cream. The Superburger is open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 8, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9. Come experience the best-dressed burger in town. Phone ahead, 723-4445.
A salute to the Blackhawks from Tony Robbins and the construction crew at TRC Construction in French Lick for concrete work, land clearing, and site work, driveways, foundations, patios, and sidewalks. Call TRC Construction 653-7007.
For Valley Marathon, this is Eric Elkins, manager, inviting you to try our new Cadillac coffee with 9 creamer flavors and a dozen flavor shots. It's not expensive, just $1 for a 12-ounce cup of delicious coffee. Sign up for a Jones Reward card and for gas discounts at Valley Marathon, 936-9999.
As parents of a child who was actively involved in school athletics and extracurricular activities, Brian and Annette Hawkins of Wolf Contracting know the sacrifices parents make in attending games and getting them to and from practice, and salute these parents for their extraordinary commitment. As citizens who care about our environment, the Hawkins hope you'll join them in their recycling efforts to make Orange County a safe and enjoyable place to live. Proud to call Orange County home. Wolf Contracting, just west of Paoli.
Watching the sunrise, looking out at a majestic mountaintop, following a pristine stream in a forest. Nature has so many beautiful things to offer. Don't miss them because your eyesight is not what it should be. Get your peepers checked now at Drs. Harmon, Petty & Co., optometrist in Paoli. They offer thorough exams to not only make sure you're seeing clearly, but to check for other eye problems like macular degeneration, glaucoma, and cataracts. They don't take chances with your eyesight. Neither should you. Schedule an appointment now. Drs. Harmon, Petty & Co., next to IU Health in Paoli. Call 723-4752.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
This is Springs Valley Senior Lineman Nathan Hamilton. Thanks for listening to Blackhawks football right here on Q100.
Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
Your home for Blackhawk, Bulldog, Ram, and IU sports. Q100, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Break, a time to just relax and unwind. Call for your appointment with one of Research Chiropractic's board-certified massage therapists. They'll help you get back into shape. But if it's not just sore muscles, you'll want to see Dr. Lolita. She has your back. Call for your appointment, Research Chiropractic Center in Paoli, 723-2277. Back once again at Springs Valley High School, where the Hawks fall to 0-3 on the year now, 0-2 in conference play, as they hung tough with a very good Paoli squad for much of this contest, but come up short as the Rams tally on all three of their possessions in the second half of play, and they made it 4 straight if you count the drive that they had to end the first half, and they're able to knock off Valley here tonight 34-16, but Valley with their season high at least in points, and they were able to move the football with precision at times here in the contest. That bodes well for them, and let's hope that they can use that as momentum as they move on through the rest of the season starting next week with the West Washington Senators. But again, Paoli is still Paoli. Kevin, again, 20 seniors, so a veteran bunch, and they showed it tonight.
Yeah, they made big plays when big plays were necessary for them to maintain control of the game. Valley had momentum, I thought, near the end of the first half, 50 seconds to go or so. They score the tying touchdown. Crowd was active. Valley kids were playing with a high emotion in front of this raucous crowd here at Death Valley. And then we made a mistake on the kickoff, didn't execute the squib kick, gave the most powerful offense in the PLAC, and maybe one of the most powerful offenses in all of 2A football. The ball in midfield with 50 seconds to go. They went no huddle, were able to punch it in at the end of the half. And then I think not only did that give them momentum coming out for the second half, but they also gave their coaches the idea that they could go up-tempo against Springs Valley's big, strong kids who were kind of maintaining control of the interior of the trenches in both the offensive and defensive lines. If they went up-tempo, they could wear down those big kids, kind of suck their wind out of them, take their legs away, and make the game a little bit more athletic for them. When they went no huddle, they scored at the end of the half, and then they said, hey, we need to keep doing that. They went no huddle the entire second half, scored every time. They had the football other than the very end when they just took a knee. So really, I thought that was the big key to the game. End of the first half, and then them going no huddle, proving to them that their athleticism could win out if they kept the game playing at a high pace. We had a chance to make big plays. We didn't need to kick a bad kickoff there. If we kick a little 20 yards further like we were trying to, perhaps they don't score. Had a chance for an interception in the end zone. We don't make that play. It goes right through our hands. They're able, to catch it and score. We're driving. We fumble the football, give them the ball back. We finish -1 in turnovers. Those are the type of plays that happen that winning teams make, that Valley didn't. That's why Paoli leaves tonight, driving home toward the county seat of Orange with our Orange Bowl championship once again in their grasp, 34-16 victory.
Here's how the scoring went. Paoli got on the board first, taking the opening kickoff. They needed just 4 plays to go 34 yards, thanks to a great opening kickoff run. Needed just 1 minute and 10 seconds as Ty Lawson carried it in from 4 yards out at the 10:50 mark. Ian Strange ran it in for a 2-point conversion after Valley was called for encroachment. Quick 8-0 lead for Paoli. Both teams' offenses would stall out for the most part until Valley put together a solid drive, 8 plays, 69 yards in 4 minutes and 13 seconds, and they looked pretty good because with just 50 seconds left in the half, Colby Lowe was able to sneak it in from 15 yards out. Valley had been going with a counter play to Jackson Land. This time they turned it the other way and handed off to Colby, who carried it in Jackson then ran it in for the 2-point conversion, and we were tied at 8. But a bad squib kick by Colton Reynolds set up Paoli at their own 49-yard line. They needed just 7 plays, utilizing their plays and timeouts perfectly, and on the final play of the half, Ian Strange able to carry it in from 4 yards out. The pass for the 2-point conversion was no good, but the Rams went up at the break 14-8. Valley would get the ball to start the third quarter. They did get 1 first down, but they were forced to punt. Paoli took over then at their own 25-yard line and put together a solid 9-play, 75-yard drive. They needed just 2.5 minutes to score. The last 13 of those on a pass from Ty Lawson to Timmy Burton with 4:46 to go in the third quarter. And after Dawson Long booted the extra point, the Rams were up 21-8. Valley would get a couple of first downs on their next drive and get it down to the as close as the 11-yard line, but on a 3rd down and 6, a bad exchange between Cole Cooper and Jackson Land. The ball bounced off Jackson's knee pad, scooted back about 10 or 12 yards. It was picked up by Charlie Meredith. He returned it to the 41-yard line. Valley's only turnover of the night, but it was costly because Paoli then needed just 3 plays to go 59 yards, needed less than a minute to do it. Ty Lawson's 30-yard scamper at the 9:57 mark of the fourth quarter made it 27-8 after Long was unsuccessful on the PAT try. Valley, though, showed some life. They put together easily their best drive of the year, 10 plays, 70 yards in 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Jackson Land sneaking it in from a yard out with 4:58 to go. Cole Cooper then hit Ammon Acuff in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That made it 27-16 at that point. But the Rams would put things away with their 4th straight scoring drive, going 76 yards, needing just 4 plays in a minute and 20 seconds. Once again, it was Ty Lawson against a weary Springs Valley defense, rumbling for 46 yards with 3:38 to go into pay dirt, and then Dawson Long's extra point made it the final 34-16. So the Rams now improved to 3-0 on the year as they win their initial conference game of the year. The Hawks dropped to 0-3 on the campaign. They are now 0-2 in league play with yet another league encounter coming up next Friday night when the West Washington Senators come to town. We'll take a quick break and look at the statistics and hopefully have Coach Hammond to get his comments on tonight's game. Again, the final on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard in the 58th Orange Bowl. Paoli 34 and Springs Valley 16 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Campbell's Quick Lube in Paoli does oil changes and a whole lot more, like tires from some of the best names in the business, including Cooper, Michelin, Bridgestone, General, Goodyear, Uniroyal, Kelly, Kumho, and BF Goodrich. Campbell's will also mount and balance your tires with precision care to give you peace of mind on the road. If your vehicle seems a little out of kilter, have it tested on the alignment rack. And if it needs service, Campbell's will take care of it quickly and at very competitive prices. Can't get your car in to have it worked on? No problem. The folks at Campbell's provide free limited pickup service. Your automobile's best friend is Campbell's Quick Lube on Gospel Street in Paoli.
Have you checked out DriveBedford.com? You should, because Bedford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has huge savings going on during their summer clearance event. Right now, get a new 2018 Ram 2500 with diesel engine and get up to $7,635 in total value. Or lease a new 2019 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $399 a month. Check out their deals and inventory by going online to DriveBedford.com. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your auto value dealer in West Baden, gives new meaning to the term complete car care. It starts with Rolling, carrying a full line of auto parts for all you do-it-yourselfers, not just parts, but the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 3 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating over 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care, see them on the Boulevard in West Baden or visit RollingTireandAuto.com.
Football coach Mark Hammond, thanking you, our fans, for your continued support of Blackhawks football all season long.
Blackhawks head coach Mark Hammond. And Coach, first of all, I think you've got to be so proud of your kids. They really hung tough tonight, and again, very competitive with an awfully good football team. But as good teams do, they take advantage of mistakes, and I thought Paoli did that to a certain degree tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, you said it first. I mean, need to say it right away that I'm very proud of our kids. I mean, I thought we come out, execute the game plan. I took it right to Paoli. That's exactly what we wanted to do. I think, that's the best team we've faced all year. And they rose to that challenge. And we were challenging them all week. That they're coming in, they're saying they're better than us, they're doing this, they're doing that, and you can either take it or you can do something about it. And they chose to do something about it, and I'm very proud of them. Like I said, it's not the result we want, but again, we have 38, 39 kids over there, and they were all into the game, and all of them up in the locker room very emotional and upset, and they should be, but again, I told them they need to hang their heads high, and we did exactly what we wanted to do except come out with a W. And again, like you mentioned, probably a few too many mistakes, whether they're mental mistakes or actual ones you can see on the field, just too many to beat a very good ball club.
Yeah, I thought it was a game that was actually pretty evenly contested. There were 3 to 4 to maybe 5 really crucial, critical, devastating plays, and they all went Paoli's way, and I'll just kind of list a couple of them. I'm one, and there again, these are not necessarily mental mistakes at all. I didn't think they're just physical mistakes. You make a bad kickoff after your touchdown, cost you about 20 yards, cost you 5 or 10 seconds of game time, and that was crucial.
Yeah, that was probably the one that we've been talking, and we had a game plan all year. And Colton, like I said, he's a kid that never comes off the field, and at that time I could tell he was beat. I probably should have got Josh in there like I did in the second half and do that. So that's back on me. Nothing Colton did wrong there. We wanted to squiv it down there pretty hard and not give their speed guys a chance, and I think he just caught more of the top of the ball. I didn't exactly see it. For you guys had the best angle on it. I think he just caught the top of the ball, and it
about like how I do every other tee shot. He hit the top of the ball and hit a ground ball right to it. Didn't have much on it. They were able to cover it. No time went off the clock. They got the ball at midfield. Gave the ball to one of the best offenses in 2A football. Midfield with 3 timeouts. Obviously, you was trying to get it past that first line, get it down to the 40, 35, or whatever, run a little clock. So that will happen. You're going to see on tape that you were very, very close to an interception in their end zone on their touchdown pass. You were right there for an interception. If you make that play, he may take that all the way to the house.
I remember
it's a game-changing play. As it was, he was in position. He was there. He read it. He saw it. And the ball just went right through his hands. Ends up being, a big swing, big turn of events.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Everybody, you say it, Kevin. We know that. But the one thing I was more pleased this week is when we come back out, we were ready this week. We didn't, I know they still scored whatever, but last week we let that really bother us, and this week we didn't, I think. And we got to be able to make those plays. I think I talked to Mike about it last week. Was right now we're just not making that critical play that we need to, or that crucial play. Right now, the other team would make that fingertip catch or get it right past our fingertips when we're right there. So yeah, I agree.
On the bright side, I thought your interior defensively was able to stop you. You really stone cold, except for maybe a breakout toward the end. You stone cold the quarterback run, and you took away for the most part. The fullback died from them. That had to be the feature. Now you had to give up something. You got beat on the edge some, and it's hard to stop a team all over the field. But for the most part, you took away the interior. I thought your guys up front, your 2 defensive tackles, really played well. I thought.
Yeah, I was going to say we rotate guys around. Like I said, I know Colton's mainstay there, and he had another fabulous job, and we're able to get different people in. And we used some speed when they thought they was going to pass, and we tried to use some bigger size when we thought they was going to run. So. Again, I thought they executed pretty much the game plan defensively. Again, a few breakdowns I know we're going to watch on film, but overall very pleased.
Offensively, you found somewhere in the mid-second quarter, you found an answer. You started just milking that, baby. Just milk it. That little counter run out of there to the slot back. swinging to your left for the most part, and then you had a couple trick plays out of that ready to go that you'd obviously seen on tape and prepared them for in crucial situations. So you had kind of got some offensive flow, probably the best offensive night of the year as you continue to improve on that side of the football.
Well, we came away and the coaching staff got together, and we all kind of came up with the same thing, and that's who we are right now. And we're going to get better, as we saw. Cole got comfortable and threw a few balls there at the end and looked really good and stuff. So that's still coming along. So I don't want to act like we're just going to be a ground and pound and do that. But that was our mindset. We knew how quick Paoli could score, so we wanted to milk that clock. We wanted, that 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust, even though it rains every Friday night now. But it's all right. So that's okay. But we liked that, and we stayed right with it. So very proud of our kids for that mindset when they brought it in here.
Hope the kids realize just how close they are to breaking through. You make the interception, and you don't turn it over, and you punch in a touchdown instead of the fumble. Look at how many points of a difference that is, and the way this game is played, that's the margin of difference.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. So, like I said, our kids are, they're beat up. They're of course exhausted, and they're upset they didn't able to pull that through. But we told them if they play like this every Friday night, there's going to be a lot of Friday nights go our way, and we got 6 more plus sectional, so there's plenty more Friday nights out there. I know these seniors and the whole team really wanted this one. You grow up playing against these guys from 3rd grade on, and you play them in everything, in baseball and basketball and football and all that stuff. And when you line up across them for this last time, I mean, this is one that cuts you. But I told our kids, 20, 30, 40 years from now, this is going to be a game they're going to look back on, and they're going to know they gave everything they had to this and be proud of it.
Coach, I'm interested. You were driving there. I think it was your second possession there in the 3rd quarter that carried over to the 4th. The exchange between Cole and Jackson where the ball was fumbled. What did you see there?
Was it the one down by the end zone closer?
Yeah, right.
They got to give Paoli a little credit there. I think they started overloading our tight end side, and I believe he wasn't totally free, but I think they saw a guy quick. I don't know if again, I have talked to them, but I'm going to think that either Cole or Jackson tried to make a move before we actually secured the ball there. I mean, I don't know what you guys saw up here, but that's kind of what I feel happened. And but like I said, it was a very big play for us since we didn't punch that one in.
All right. The other observation I made was the fact that I did not think, I wouldn't say you dominated the line of scrimmage tonight, but you didn't get pushed around maybe like you did against Eastern and Mitchell the last couple of weeks.
Well, we told our kids that. I mean, Paoli, even though they're a really, really solid ball club and got some size, I mean, they're a better matchup for us. It's kind of all the way around. They are a better matchup, and I know people sometimes like, well, that don't really seem right, but sometimes you do play maybe a better team on paper a little better because of the matchups, and sometimes maybe a little weaker team not as good because of the matchups. So again, but that's our focus now. We know. I mean, we can't. When a team shows up and they're built like an Eastern Green or Mitchell, I mean, that's not an excuse. We got to figure out a way to make it happen. And I think, what I saw out here tonight, the kids are figuring it out, and they know we're not maybe as explosive offensively as we were, so our defense really has to step up. And even though we gave up, 30 points, I don't know what it was, 34, 35, whatever, I don't know. We still, was right there defensively, I thought, and gave a really good effort, and that's what we got to do. We got to control the ball right now and give a great defensive effort. And, there's a lot of kids up there, and, I mean, Jackson Land, I don't know how many times he carried the ball, but it seemed like he was getting the ball because we were just wearing out that left side.
Hey, the ball ain't heavy.
No, that's right.
The ball ain't heavy. Just carry that baby.
That's right. What is it?
We had him 20 carries for 102 yards tonight.
I thought it might be a little more, but that was something we kind of kicked ourselves. At watching the Mitchell film, I think we wore out their left side and kept wearing the left side out, and then we tried to maybe get a little too cute down by the goal line. And, we're like, we're not doing that. If they're giving us the left side, then we're taking the left side. And if it's Jackson, it's Jackson. If it's Colby, it's Colby. Curtis, Dickey. It doesn't matter. That's what we say. We don't care who it is. It's just tonight it ended up being Jackson.
All right. One last thing about this game, and again, as you look at the overall thing and as the season continues to progress, it doesn't mean anything if I say it, so hopefully you can, and that is the fact that the kids were better in week 2 than week 1. And hopefully the kids were better tonight in week 3 than week 2, and we can continue to see that as the season progresses.
Yeah, and I mean that's the goal. I mean that's why I told them when you kind of step on the field, and that's in practice or in a game, that you are getting better. And these kids, they realize that. And we got 11 seniors up there that are going to lead this team, and they're all ready. They all want this breakout. They feel it coming, and I know we're going to have another great week of practice next week, and we're going to be ready for West Washington to come in here. And I have no doubt in that. I know we got a lot of kids up there just, they're upset, mentally. They're physically beat up, and Colton Reynolds stood up. I was like, "Yeah, all right." He goes, "I'm just wore out," and that's when you leave the field. That's what you got to be like. And he's not the only one. He was just the last one I saw when I left. I know Cole Cooper. I can go down the list. Every one of those 11, they just gave it all out there, and I told them that's all you got to do. And like I said, we're so proud and of the senior class, the way they bring it every day, and we just got to make sure they have that. And what I've up there also said, those freshmen, sophomores, and juniors got to learn from that example.
All right. I'm Mr. Statman.
So of course. Here we go.
Use it as you want. I would never say anything to the kids. That's your call, certainly. But 2006, the last time we beat in West Washington. So it's time to put an end to that.
It's definitely time for that. And like you said, they're going to be a very good ball club. I mean, there's no doubt. Coach Bowsman over there does a nice job, and they got a good run going against us for sure. But just kind of knowing from who they graduated and what they have coming back, I think they're going to be also an okay matchup for us, hopefully. So hopefully we can put some speed out there on them that's going to hurt them, and then hopefully our line will be able to have another good night and like I said, go right after them.
All right, looking forward to it. Coach, thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you again next week.
I want to shout out to the crowd. It was amazing, even though we had that delay. It was another great Orange Bowl here for both sides, and a youth turnout that was so excited for us to see those little kids down there cheering us on. And
nobody left the bleachers. That was amazing. There was lightning in the area,
right.
And both Orange County towns refused to leave their seats from the metal bleachers.
They didn't want to give them up.
Risking their lives to watch this game. That was pretty impressive.
But it was a great atmosphere. Like I said, I just one that, like I said, we're glad to be part of, and wish the youth league a lot of fun tomorrow. They're actually get to play here, so I know we appreciate them being out here too. And like I said, a lot of the fans were right there with us. So let's just keep this thing going. Everybody stay positive and behind us, and I think we'll see a lot of good things coming down the road.
All right. Have a good week of practice, Coach. We'll see you Friday night.
I appreciate it. Everybody have a safe Labor Day weekend.
Okay. That is Mark Hammond, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us after the contest as Paoli defeats Valley tonight 34-16. We'll take a quick break and look at the statistics in tonight's contest when we return. This is Springs Valley High School football.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouthwatering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
A message from Spring Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Paoli wins the 58th Orange Bowl as they knock off Springs Valley by a final count of 34-16. As we go inside the numbers, we see that the Rams outgained the Hawks here tonight, 350-232, so not a big discrepancy, at least not like it's been the first couple of weeks. For Paoli, 39 carries, 264 yards. Ty Lawson doing the bulk of the work. He had 11 carries for 87 yards. Ian Strange, 9 carries for 76. Timmy Burton, a thorn in the side of the Hawks, 6 carries for 70 yards. And Charlie Meredith, 5 carries for 62. In the passing department, Ty Lawson, 6 out of 13 for 84 yards, no interceptions. He hit Timmy Burton twice for 23 yards, including 1 touchdown. Ian Strange, a catch for 21, 32 yards on 2 catches, Charlie Meredith, and 1 catch for 14 for Carter Elliott. 16 first downs this evening for the Rams, 12 on the ground and 4 through the air. They were 2 of 7 on third down conversions, 2 of 3 on fourth down conversions. And if anybody that knows the game of football, Kevin, would say Paoli would have the ball for exactly 1/3 of the time in the game, 16-40 compared to Valley's 31-20. You would think they wouldn't have had a chance to win.
Yeah, well, they're just more explosive than we are. They can score on big chunk plays, and they just have more speed, a little bit more athleticism out there. They have 3, 4, 5 multiple ball carriers where we only have a couple with breakaway speed. We can churn yardage. We can make first downs, but it's hard for us to string big plays together right this minute. Now, as the year goes on, I think coaches are going to have the ability to create some big plays, but they're going to have to do it, through their schemes, not necessarily just pure athleticism like Paoli can do. But we definitely wanted to maintain possession of the football. We were able to do that, and we just needed to punch it in every single time. We had the 1 turnover, had some bad snaps, had a penalty here and there. And these little mistakes just added up over the course of time. And then, of course, like we mentioned, I thought the end of the first half was just a crucial time in the game. All the momentum in the world was behind us, and we could just stop them one more time, get to halftime tied, and the ball coming out the second half, it changes the mentality and the tenor of this game. As it was, though, Paoli able to score at the end of the half, gain momentum, and really never look back.
One thing that I'm sure Jeremy Lowry would like to work on, penalties. Rams flagged 8 times tonight for a total of 69 yards. For Valley, they ended up with 232 yards of total offense, 187 of those on the ground and 41 carries. Doing the bulk of that work was Jackson Land, 20 carries for 102 yards. Cole Cooper ended up 11 carries for 44. Colby Lowe, 7 carries for 30. And Seth, I always want to say Seth, that's his dad. Colton Dickey, 3 carries for 11 yards on the night. In the passing department, Cole Cooper was 3 out of 7, no interceptions, 45 yards. He hit Jackson Land once for 23, Drake Terry once for 10, and Colton Dickey once for 12. Hawks had 13 first downs tonight, by far and away more than they've had probably combined in the first 2 games, 11 on the ground and 2 by pass. Still struggling a bit on third downs, where they were 3 out of 11, but they did convert on 2 out of 3. On their fourth downs, as Kevin mentioned, the 1 costly turnover, the fumble that Paoli was able to eventually turn into a score. Good punting night for Cole Cooper. Even though he had a bad one on his last one, he still, in his 4 punts, averaged 42 yards per boot. Hawks kept the penalties down as well. They just had 2 tonight for a total of 11 yards. But it's the Rams that come up with the big plays. They tally the last 4 times they touched the football, and they win it here tonight, defeating Valley in the 58th Orange Bowl on the Fast Eddie scoreboard of 34-16. Back with some final thoughts and a look ahead for the Hawks in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company personally extends an invitation to our customers, community, active service personnel, and veterans for Lunch on Us. Our Appreciation Cookout is Friday, September 21st from 11 to 1 at our Valley Banking Center. Register for a prize, receive a gift, and enjoy a scoop of Springs Valley Swirls ice cream. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. No purchase necessary, need not be present to win. A copy of the official terms and conditions are available upon request.
Attention cord cutters. Have you switched to streaming TV services only to discover your internet speed isn't cutting it? Make your streaming TV experience seamless with Smithville's fiber internet, the best for streaming TV, movies, videos, and more. Smithville Fiber is prepared for today's technology as well as whatever tomorrow brings. Be more than a cord cutter. Be on the cutting edge of internet. Visit switchtosmithville.com today to learn more or call us at 800-742-4084.
Well, back for the final time at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where Paoli wins their third straight Orange Bowl over the Hawks, defeating Valley by a score of 34-16. They've also beaten Valley 6 straight times on this field, so it'll be 2020 before the Hawks will have another shot to win here on their home field. I guess if you're looking ahead, and again, good teams, as we know, reload, not necessarily rebuild, but it will be tough to replace the 20 seniors, including 10 of them that started on offense and 8 on defense for Paoli, but the Hawks aren't worried about that right now, and all they're trying to do is get better, and they will have another tough test again 1 week from tonight.
Well, if you're a football team, a football player, or a football coach, you have the lifespan of a fruit fly. That's how you think about it right now. You live from week to week. It's all you're trying to do, survive from 7 days periods, and then get from one to the other. Now, this game is over. It's in the past. Nothing we can do about it. Learn from our mistakes and move on. It's all about getting ready for West Washington, which will not be easy. You talked to Coach Hamlin about their long winning streak against us. West Washington tonight beats Mitchell 36-22, so the Jackets took care of us last week. West Washington's spread offense and their team speed able to overwhelm the Jackets and to beat them by 14. Get some other scores. Bedford North Lawrence beat Jeffersonville 34-12. Eastern Green we saw in week 1. They hammer North Davies 35-6 tonight. A lot of people interested from Salem. They beat Scottsburg 31-12. I mentioned West Washington's win 36-22 over Mitchell. Southridge from just down the road beats Forest Park 48-7. Boonville beats Jasper 28-14, and Monrovia defeats Linton 23-0. The Miners, after a long run of state superiority, are 0-3 and struggling badly. That may happen to Paoli next year. Linton playing with a young squad after a graduating group of seniors has departed them. That's a problem for another day for Coach and the Paoli staff. But tonight they go home happy, and they're headed back to the county seat of Orange County, up in Paoli, celebrating their win over the Hawks tonight. We'll just have to get ready. Is all you can do. We played well. We made some mistakes. Every one we made cost us. We'll just have to learn to get better, not get bitter, and keep trying to get better in practice and be ready for West Washington next week. Won't be easy, but it is doable.
Philip Bousman has never lost to the Blackhawks.
He's due. I know we haven't had much luck against these guys, but we got a feeling we're due. Maybe Coach Mills will be back on the air with you next week. Maybe he can bring it home. He had a week to rest here, enjoy his Labor Day weekend. I was glad I got to come down and hang with you during football season.
I was going to say, enjoyed reuniting, and also know that we're probably slightly over 3 months till the start of the basketball season.
But it'll be here before you know it, when we'll be seeing each other so much we won't be able to stand each other. The very sight of each other will make us sick. But right now, I missed you, man. Good to be back on the air with you.
Not 3 months. Make that 2 months.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
We're on the cusp of September, so you go October, November, and with the girls' season starting the first week of November. Actually, I think
it's like 6 weeks is what we're really
on. Actually, I think I'm not sure what that Monday falls on, but it's maybe like even as early as like October 27th, 28th, somewhere in there. So yeah,
I'm tired. I'm tired just thinking about it.
You bet. Makes for a long season when you don't finish up until March.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here tonight, Ty Lawson rushes for 2 touchdowns and helps lead the charge as the Rams win their 3rd straight Orange Bowl, defeating Springs Valley tonight 34-16. Good to see the Hawks with a good offensive attack. They got a couple of touchdowns. Colby Lowe right before halftime on a 15-yarder, and then Jackson Land able to punch it in from a yard out. But the Rams, too much muscle and firepower. They go to 3-0 on the year. They're now 1-0 in the conference. The Hawks drop to 0-3 on the campaign, now 0-2 in league play as they get ready for the West Washington Senators coming up next Friday. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. This, as we said, the 58th Orange Bowl in the 57th year. The first year the teams played twice, but Valley still leads in the overall series, but the lead getting shorter now at 32-26 in favor of the Blackhawks. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools, so we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and Paoli High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. Don't forget, the Hoosiers open up their season tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. They're down in Miami to take on Florida International. Our pregame coverage there will begin at 6 o'clock. Orleans edition of Sports Chat coming up on Wednesday night, just past 6 o'clock. And then make sure you're with us 1 week from tonight as we continue our coverage of Blackhawks football. The Hawks will entertain the West Washington Senators. 7 o'clock kickoff, our broadcast coverage to begin at 6:35. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole, and for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton, bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Hawks Nest in French Lick. We're on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. In the 58th Orange Bowl, it was the Paoli Rams 34, the Springs Valley Blackhawks 16. This is Springs Valley High School football.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley, thanks you for listening to tonight's presentation of Springs Valley High School football. Tonight's game's been brought to you by Smithville, now offering DSL and fast internet service to customers, another way to serve you better. Sullivan Financial, Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Springs Valley Meadows, formerly Medco, Highway 145 French Lick. Bedford Ford Chrysler at the River in Bedford. Doctors Harmon, Petty & Co. next to IU Health in Paoli. Farm Bureau Insurance, solutions you need from a company you know in Paoli. Campbell's Quick Lube, Gospel Street, Paoli. Orange County REMC, or Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Orange County Community Foundation for Good Forever for Orange County. Rolling Tire and Auto on the Boulevard in West Baden. Wolf Contracting just west of Paoli on North County Road 275 West. Super Burger, come experience the best dressed burger in town in Paoli. 33 Brick Street, good food and a legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick. And by Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company with offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. You can best show your appreciation for this broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. Tune in all season long to hear Springs Valley High School football on your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.